just pain when you felt it all. Oh. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. Ooh, baby, I ain't no one like you. You chose to keep the truth inside. Ooh, baby, keep my all to you. All you did was tell me lies. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. Once you leave me, it's over. No turning back, not today. Don't you come running back now. I'm not a home for the shame. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. Ooh, baby, there ain't no one like you. You chose to keep the truth inside. Ooh, baby, keep my all to you. All you did was tell me lies. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. I won't miss this love, no. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. Thrill is gone.
check. You guys still muted. I can't
Alright,
just
hot
randomly
mic, hot
unmute.
mic.
All right, hot mic. Hot mic.
Yep.
We're live.
Yeah, so we are live. Welcome to Popology weekly number. Man, are we on number 16 already? Whew,
That's a lot of
10 plus.
weeks.
A lot of weeks. I am Red Laser Beam, and alongside with me is Withmere, former top 10 player Withmere. We are here.
And don't forget your PhD and my 6-time former top 10. Yeah.
Oh man, woo, crazy. But yeah, me and Withmere, before we got on hot mics here, we were just discussing ETN, the hot ETN strategies. Withmere, I'll tell you that there are kind of two strategies that I've been zoning in on as possibly viable strategies. One's Dark Glue Farm. I've seen a lot of Dark Glue Farm get played. And two, I have not won a game against King Vaughn since the start of last season, and I got 2-0 by him yesterday when he was playing Bomb Ace Farm ETN. So, if you were sticking around, if you saw the Baller stream last night, he was playing Bomb Dartling Farm with ETN. So,
Interesting. It's interesting what strategies people are gravitating towards. A lot of I feel like it's very farmy, which is good. I'm hoping that it's going to be mainly farm based, but who knows with this type of meta.
I think people are gravitating towards two things. One is with ETN, can I get better options for defending the tight rushes? And I think the answer is yes. There are better options for defending the tight rushes. At least at least the mid game, right? Because with me, I think something that was prevalent last season when the tight rushes first came out was people were having trouble getting their farms up because they were just getting bum rushed with the tight rushes whenever they tried any form of greed, right?
Yeah, I had to eco a lot less and kind of try to get a big farm, a 4th tier up. I like to before around 23, just to in case they start sending random BS your way, with all the tight stuff. But those are a little bit nerfed this season. It's interesting, but yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
the meta has settled yet this season. But it'll be interesting to see what people roll out with.
I do think the meta is going to tend towards. I think we're going to tend more towards round 30 action as players, with ETN are coming up with better ways to eschew those tight rushes in the mid game.
Well,
So-
the real reason why we might see it tend toward round 30, because you get an extra trophy if you lose on round 30 plus.
That's so true with Mir. That is extremely true. Man.
Yeah. One of the more interesting parts of the ranked rework.
Oh man. But yeah, people are loving again, people are really loving Dark Glue Farm, although I will say with Mir, going back to that discussion, I do have my concerns about Dark Glue Farm and its resilience against the tight BFB rush.
Yeah, I was also thinking tight ZOMGs in round 30 against Dark Glue Farm. Tight FZOMGs, something. I
Right.
think that it could really struggle against that. I mean, obviously you have Super Glue, but eventually it just gets P-capped.
Yeah. That's a big thing is that the way that these tight rushes work is that it influences not just the mid game, right, where you can send that pressure in there in the mid game and force drain, but it affects the late game too when the games go late because now you have to worry about not just having raw DPS but also having raw Pierce.
Yeah, you have to have. I feel like something like Ace and Super Monkey type of thing that can just do some ridiculous DPS later. And I've seen a lot of Mortar, but I think Mortar's banned for this tournament, so it'll be interesting to see, with that tower completely banned. Because I would think that maybe you could go some sort of ETN strategy with a Mortar, but just
Right.
never go Signal Flare, and still utilize it for all the utility that you get out of it. But I mean,
Right.
it'll be interesting, yeah, with those towers all completely banned.
Yeah. And I will say, if you look at the Twitch chat with me, you can see the kind of discussion that's that I'm talking about here with the Dark Glue Farm versus the tight rushes, right? And Jake says tight BFBs loses to Solver, and Cologne is in the chat saying Bozo Solver doesn't defend. So, I will say, just based on my experience so far this season, I'm in the camp that if you want to play Dark Glue Farm, you do have to protect yourself against that threat of the tight rushes. You don't want to get rushed like that. Can we get an update, Emil, on whether or not they've started playing? think we're just
think you'll-
waiting for
Yeah.
player to start playing here. You see the bracket on the screen.
Who you got, Red Laser?
Oh man, let's take a look at the bracket here real quick. There's some pretty good players in this one. We got. I see Ninjayas is entered in here. I see Jake is entered in here. Mao is entered in here. I always love how Mao can utilize that ace tower. I will say personally, based on my history against these players with Mir, I do like Ninjayas' chances. And again, this is just based on how things have gone when I've played these players so far, right? Because Ninjayas I was 1-5 against him last season. Jake I was kind of even Steven with him. I think it was like 1-1 with him, but Aliens I went 2-1 with the other day.
We got a game.
We got a game right here, and it's Alex versus FoxyOps. This is interesting. So these are, it's funny actually, because I'm pretty sure these were two players with me that last season. I did not win against. I'm pretty sure I didn't win against either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's embarrassing, but I lost more than 2 or 3 games to FoxyOps Bomb Wiz Farm. I mean, he just would pull infinite money out of his wherever on round 30 and send me like 8 F-bads. I'm like, and he would easily 20 micro my sins, and it's just like, how are you affording all this? I don't know, but
just wild, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, he's not a terrible player. You can definitely get some wins.
Oh yeah. So we see the setup here on the left, and it's funny because this tournament was designed to encourage ETN use, and you see Alex not playing ETN. He's got Sentai, he's got TAC. Stands to reason that he's playing TAC Ice Farm because there is no decamos available, right?
Except for Ice, I guess, and he's going to try to use that, which is interesting.
Yeah, TAC Ice Farm is an old classic with me. Never really was S level meta, but back in the days of what was his name?
It was used with Oben.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you could use TAC Ice Farm. Oben on Koru, and Oben Slow Totem kind of just made that composition what it was.
So this will be interesting. I mean, I would like to maybe see FoxyOps test him with, because I think you send him a Camo Zebras and he's going to use Sentai 3 on Camo Zebras, but then you send him a second set and balloon boost it. Like, I don't know, he might struggle a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be an angle here with those camo rushes. I think it's going to depend with Mir on how much cash FoxyOps decides to float. How aggressively does he pursue the farms here? Pre round 14. Does he float money to try and put the pressure on?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think he's going to be inclined to go late game with the setup he has. The old Druid Alk is a pretty late game oriented.
Yeah. So I've had a few games against Druid Alk Farm with me. I think a lot of the appeal of it is, trying to rush Druid Alk Farm. Oh, wait. Oh, look at this. We got Regen Zebras headed FoxyOps' way. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I think it's just waste of money. He already had the 203 Druid up.
Not really sure why he did that. I was kind of ill-informed, honestly. But back to the game here. Round 10 coming up. So first big rushing opportunity with Mir. Passive or rush? What are you feeling here?
I mean, I feel like Alex should not rush. I think Foxy should test him with some camos, probably. I don't know. He did pre-buy an embrittlement there. I don't think this is good pressure from Alex, because as far as I've seen, it's not even really worth to poke at ETN with camos. Just from what I've seen with the ETN level 3 being able to hit camos and pop a decent amount of them and use it a lot, then you can still buy the level, and it just doesn't seem like there's a good threshold for amount of camos to send to force anything, so I really wouldn't send anything from Alex here. But Foxy, I'd like to see poke at him maybe a little bit.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Alex going to send a rush headed FoxyOps' way. Quite a few regen rainbows, and Foxy going to try and ETN 3. Yep.
Yeah. I used ability.
Yeah, he got the Alk buff there as well, so good response there from FoxyOps. I think that's going to stave off any attempt from a re-rush from Alex.
Yeah, and he's ecoing too, so I don't think he's planning on re-rushing. He doesn't have much farms either. Huge out farm.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a big deal. So I guess Alex was kind of looking to get something out of FoxyOps. He really wanted some action, right, to kind of punish that greed from Foxy. He just wasn't able to do it. And now look at this with me. Now Foxy can just go for can try and get rubber to gold here and even stymie Alex's eco.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. Go ahead and get it on the map, and then just try to force around 30 and win with money advantage is pretty much, I feel like, the path that Foxy Ops will probably take here.
I think the philosophy with Mir that Foxy Ops went for there was that, when you're trying to build up with ice for round 13 defense, right? You just have to put so much money into it that Foxy Ops decided, hey, I'm just gonna farm, I'm just gonna eco, I'm just gonna do my thing, right? I'm just gonna play passive, and you're not gonna be able to punish me, and yeah.
Yeah, and it was probably ultimately the right decision to go the passive route, like, with his composition and everything, and just getting a huge farm lead and just getting rubber to gold up. And I mean, it was probably the right decision. I don't know. I would like to see a little bit of a poke, just for the lulz.
Yeah, so there's two things that kind of surprised me about Alex's approach with Mir. So the first one here is that now Druid Alk, if you send a high enough volume rush to it, it actually will start to buckle under the pressure. It is kind of scary to rush Druid Alk because it's Druid and you're Alk buffing it, right, with Mir, but the philosophy of just send more, it does work. It can and will work against Druid Alk, right?
Have you
Just gotta
played a
make sure
lot
you
of
send a
it
lot.
in your games, Druidalk?
Yep, I played it a couple times. I played it once against 51 Aliens, and how I was able to kind of win against him was essentially just I checked him on round 16 with about 4k worth of rainbows, and he died to a late boost. He had the 203 Druid plus he didn't have stronger stim. I think it was Berserker Brew. He tried to defend with Berserker Brew, and just couldn't keep up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So has some openings, but it seems pretty strong
Yeah.
if you can get it all set up
pretty-
and into the late game.
Yeah, it overall is pretty strong, but I'm not going to say indestructible, right? I think in the scale of unrushableness, right, on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm going to say it's probably somewhere between like 3 to 4, right?
Yeah, and I've been seeing some Ryan Mahalik videos where he's been defending an FCMG round 22 by just buying BMA, which is interesting with this strat.
That is wild.
Yeah, he normally gets Monkey Wall Street up and then ignores the FCMG until it goes like 2 payouts and then just buys a BMA.
Here's some pressure from Alex towards Foxy Ops. He's sending an FBFB over his way.
It's probably a good send. I'd like to maybe have waited for an FCOMG just because I think that's pretty hard to defend with a strat, but this is, I mean, it's a value send, but I think in sending the FBFB, you kind of lock yourself out of sending the FCOMG, if you know what I mean. Because now you
Yeah.
can't send an FCOMG.
So it looks like Foxy Ops he's bringing out Unstable Concoction, got an ETN 10 out. Looks like he's going to go for a boostless defend here.
Ooh, and he is sending a ZOMG, which is, I feel like, interesting.
Okay.
And that
with
got
me, I'm with-
deleted by the level 10.
Man. Oh, that's very ill-informed. I'm not sure if you caught that with me, but Alex did send a couple of leads Foxy Ops' way on round 23.
Oh no, into the lead to gold.
Yeah, that was not a very well-informed decision. Now, Foxy Ops here, his farms aren't exactly the greatest. I'm kind of surprised here. I mean, I know he
Yeah,
has
I
good
think he
eco,
has
but-
like a ton of money floating right now. And another ZOMG coming in. Is he all outing?
Yeah, this looks like a proper all-out right here. And, the thing I'm concerned about here,
Oh
is
no,
whether-
more leads.
Oh!
Interesting.
Oh, that's
but it's
surprising
kinda
right there. Boost from
getting
Foxy Ops.
A boost, and he's making a lot of money. Yeah,
Oh, man. ZOMG popping into BFBs, popping into Moabs. Now
I
gonna
think he's
pop into
fine.
SRAMs here real quick. Can Foxy Ops defend?
Oh,
they're running through!
Wow! EP capped. What? That was crazy. I can't believe he won.
He just Pierce capped Druid Alk with Mir.
Wow.
Caught him by surprise. I had really caught him by surprise. I think that was a really gutsy move from Alex to try that rush anyways, because he knows that Foxy Ops could, if he has enough money, he could just try and sell into maybe BMA those ZOMGs, right? Or maybe even do Spirit of the Forest and Foxy Ops did neither of those things, was not able to defend. He had good defense, it just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that didn't defend as well. I mean, I think he had like a bunch of money at that point too, and he ended up selling his farms, but I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe he didn't cross path his TT4s or something little like that, but interesting. I can't believe he died to that. Well, that's 1-0, Alex.
Yeah, it's
And it looks
definitely
like
a brutal way to
Fishy's
lose
up
one.
on
Yep.
Crunker right now.
Fishy up 1-0 on Crunker Prime. Meanwhile,
We got a map scum? We got a map scum? happening in the Crunker Fishy set?
Incredible, incredible gameplay.
Oh.
So again, coming up here, game 2 of Alex versus Foxy, or game 2 of Fishy versus Crunker.
Foxy is probably going to run back the exact same strategy if I had to guess. Or what if he went like, is Wizard banned?
Wizard is banned. Yeah, because it's
Oh my
decamo.
gosh,
Yep.
Foxy without Wiz.
Yeah, Foxy
Tragic.
without Wiz is definitely kind of tough. I do commend him for taking the opportunity to be in this tournament despite the circumstances. I think he's made his name off of, effective use of the Wizard Tower, right? You see that in his profile picture, but he's playing in a tournament where it's no Wizard, but yeah.
There we go. Foxy with no Wiz. See what he can do. If he ends up winning the tournament. Down 0-1 to Alex's Melons in the first round, comes back without Wiz.
Ooh. Really gutsy composition choice here from Alex, though. I mean,
I like that Foxy started with the ETN. It's a good thing, I feel like, to do a hero start, especially versus like the Churchill variants.
hmm.
It's just a little detail that like you can normally always start with your hero because they send such little RBE round one.
Right. I think the big thing, so something I've noticed with Mir is that, when I've been playing, like for instance with Ace, all right, you kind of have the flexibility of whether or not you want to start off with the monkey or start off with ETN, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess the big thing here is that, when you start off with ETN, you kind of have a tendency to sort of stall that first round, right? For what it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one thing if you want to stall or anti-stall. I like if I can get away with it to hero start if possible and just maximize my eco. I
Mm.
started doing that a bit with Fedora last season too, with like on that times up map. It's really good
Mm.
to and even on Koru, you leak less. You go leakless round one if you hero start with Tac Farm Mortar with
Mm.
Fedora, which is interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, can be pretty good.
A lot of RBE currently on FoxyOps' screen, which leads me, I'm a little concerned here because now the pinks are going to come around. Can FoxyOps manage leaks with the Druid effectively here? Again, you see the pinks coming around the corner.
You don't love. Okay, I mean he goes ahead and buys that, which I guess fair enough. You don't love leaking like that, really. You wouldn't kind of be on last and be in a bit more control of it. And now he's at 90. It's not at full leaks, and ideally you don't really buy that upgrade until round 5. But I mean,
Hmm.
it looks like he's not going farm anyway, so none of the misplays really matter that much.
Okay.
He'll
All
probably be
right.
able to leak here to like some yellows and some other stuff, and just let it get overwhelmed and just not buy Druid Wrath, so he'll be fine.
Hmm. So I wanted to revisit a talking point with Mir from earlier in this game about harassing ETN, in particular on round 12. All right. So ETN camo is like 2400, right?
Is that how much it is if you get a round 1 on
Yeah, if you get
round 12?
ETN round 1, you buy him round 1, it's 24 for the camo on round 12. And I think something people are underestimating, and a way that Esport defeated me yesterday with Mir, was that I tried playing Tac Blue Farm on Koru, right? And the issue with playing Tac Glue Farm is that I had Tac on screen. Tac and Glue, they can't pop camo. At least you can't pop camo with Glue unless you get like some really expensive upgrades, right? So I was just trying to greed out my farms and stuff, thinking, oh, Esport's not going to rush me, right? Even though the camo's 2400, he's going to focus on his farms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he done boosted camo purples against me, and I had to sell I sold all of my farms. I sold all of my farms because I needed the ETN 7 plus extra defense in order to stave off the pressure. Anyways, I'm
Okay.
rambling for a bit, but with me, my point is this. If you're playing an ETN comp and none of your towers pop any camo at all, you do leave yourself in a compromising position for round 12 if you don't at least signal to your opponent that you can and will get ETN 7 if needed.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of comps that kind of throw off the game theory kind of calculations of it by having towers that pop just a little bit of camo, like having a
Hmm.
like a bomber ace on the board, or by having a couple of darts like a crossbow or something, and just like having that little bit of camo plus the ETN 3. I feel like if you have some amount of that in your comp, or like the Dartling bomb. You know, you got the 022 Dartling on the board that pops. You know, some camo.
Right.
Uh, I feel like you have to have that. I guess if you just have absolutely no camo detection whatsoever, it's probably worth forcing. Is maybe what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I mean, once you get something that at least partially pops cam, like if you have a composition out there and it can pop some camo, I think that's enough, honestly, to just deter trying to do any camo checks. Because again, it's 24-24 on round 12, and it's about 600 on round 13. Check rush from
Small
Alex incoming
rush.
here to Foxy. Yeah,
There's
ETN three
ETN3
to
probably
defend.
solos. Yeah. I
Not
don't even know if
not
he needed it.
Man, that was not a well-informed decision there from Alex. You know, again, he's playing with ice, so you know his eco's not going to be that good, right? So Foxyops can kind of already go in there with the expectation that he probably doesn't need to boost that rush.
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like we're seeing an eco mirror here too. So strap in.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see a late rubber to gold. Not really prioritizing that. It looks like I'd like to maybe try to work it in, get a little bit of the AI LEDs on round 14. I know it sucks slowing your eco down, especially kind of early mid game like that, but I think it's probably worth it just to get on the board.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it to get the rubber to gold on the board because I'm pretty sure the eco impact of that thing is about like I don't know, like 100 or something. I generally find it worth it to stop eco, even if your eco's not great. Just to get that lead to gold, rubber to gold on the board. It definitely is worth it.
So what
So
what do you think this is ending on? Do you think maybe we can see some tight rushes, or is this going around 30 plus?
I think that the greed here in these mid 10 rounds, I think it's not good enough. I think one of these players is going to fall before round 26. That's what I think is going to happen.
Okay. Yeah,
And I think Foxyops has a really good shot here too to just outright end it if he continues to build up a good economy and Alex continues to just stumble.
Yeah, it looks like Alex is going to start to try to build up like an elite here, supply drop, stuff like that, sniper farming, getting that in. But this game is going to be pretty well anti-stalled as well, which is another kind of consideration, just how quickly they're both popping the AI. So I'm trying to think. I mean, anti-stall, who do you think that favors? I guess that favors Alex.
I'm going to claim that it favors Foxyops because he has better economy right now than Alex. That's what I'm going to claim here. FMO, by the way, sent Foxyops' way. Going to try and greed defend it here with a couple of druids on the board. Stram's a little scary, but ETN3 cleans it up just fine. And now the supply drop on Alex's side. No pressure from Foxy yet. Are you surprised with me?
No, I think Foxy likes to send more of the tight rushes and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't think it's good to pressure here as well because Churchill is still pretty strong on these rounds, or I guess he's Sentai, but. Yeah, and you can just build that tack up, just get like a hot shots or something, honestly, can defend an F mode.
So Foxyops has not revealed his third tower yet.
I guess that's interesting. What do you think his third tower is?
I mean, it could be anything. You know, he could just say screw it and just bring out super if he really wanted to, you know?
Yeah, well, I was just thinking Village is banned. I guess it could be Dartling, technically. I would say Wizard, but that's banned as well.
Right.
Yeah, Super is an interesting. It is a very Foxy Ops guess, I think. Yeah, and I was thinking we might see some ZOMG pressure come out from one of the sides.
Here we
Guess
go.
it worked for Alex last time, so why not go again?
So Foxyops' third tower is the Ice Monkey.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that works. Gives him some DDT options and, damage multiplies his druids.
Yeah. I think I might have to reassess, where this game is going to end because I think these players both have the ability to make it to the end game with me. They're just going to be drained
some
as
tight
heck.
rushes
Oh!
again. Leads versus the, oh my gosh, he's making so much money. And then,
Yeah,
just
and then-
the hero level 10, the ETN 10, I think just clears out those tight rushes, doesn't it?
Yeah, ETN 10, very good when you just send one set of those T-LEDs. Alex really did not make a good decision there, not following up on that. Now the ZOMG popping into BFBs. FoxyOps needs a way to clean this up. He's got
I think he should
X4X
tower
ice on the
boost this
table.
just in case, because he choked last time, but I don't think he needs it. But maybe just to be safe. Okay, I mean, that was a clean defend.
Yeah, nice little defend right there.
I like the little Arctic wind in the corner there. Got a lot of value.
I need to remind myself how much Eco and E-Sniper is worth. Because I actually forgot that. Okay, 5,000 divided by 40 times 6. Okay, 750 Eco. Because I'm trying to figure out the amount of equivalent Eco that Alex has on the board right now. He's probably rolling about 3,300 equivalent Eco here, which is... I'm going to be honest with you, that's a little tight.
Yeah, I don't think he's in a very good position. I think after that ZOMG, and then especially after sending the tight leads into the lead to gold again, I think FoxyOps just has infinite money at this point. He's going to be able to get up all of his tier 5 druids. He's going to be able to get up perma brew. He's going to, I mean, I think this is going to be very difficult for Foxy to lose this game unless he just all Foxy I think needs to do to win this game is send one FBAT on round 30 and buy all the tier 5 druids, and I think he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah, so I think I'm with you, Withmere. I just don't see an obvious angle here for Alex to rush through FoxyOps in particular. So, and with the amount of money that he does not have, I see him struggling to defend.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, obviously, to defend with, especially with infinite money here. I mean, theoretically, you have double damage multipliers for your attacks. You can set up, freeze the water in the middle there, set up a bunch of overdrives. And,
oh, look at this!
Yeah,
Alex sends 2 sets of tight BFBs. FoxyOps is away, and FoxyOps is going to get Spirit of the Forest to defend those tight BFBs.
Surely thought of solos this.
I think he might need to... Is he going to need to get ETN 10 here? I think he'll be fine. Oh, DDT's underneath! Boost from FoxyOps!
Good send. That's a good send, but yeah, a good ability right there. Yeah, Snowstorm. Yeah, I mean, it was probably his best shot, right? I mean, like I was saying, he could try to go the route of building up all these overdrives, getting a cripple up, getting a super brittle up, and being able to theoretically go pretty late like that, but he just doesn't have the money to do all that.
Yeah, now that he has sent the rush, he's got to commit to finishing the job here. And we know that FoxyOps has at least one boost though, because Withmere, when Alex sent that ZOMG, FoxyOps did defend it without boost. So I think he's just saving up.
Do you know if this is first 2 wins?
Yeah, this is a best of 3 series right here.
Okay.
So round 30, and yeah, as expected, Alex is going to send the FBAD FoxyOps' way. Now, if FoxyOps can sense that Alex doesn't have enough money, FoxyOps could actually just pile on some of the tight rushes right here and just counter rush and actually win that way if he really wanted to.
Alex is going for the defend here, it looks like.
Oh, DDT's headed Alex's way. He's not going to have a chance against these Withmere. He's going to try an Ice Micro and Sentai 10. Sentai 10 is going to pop the DDTs into Cerams. But you see here, he doesn't have Super Maelstrom money, which he needs in order to pop those Cerams. Now he's going to try and... well, actually, he's just dead. He's just dead.
The Cerams are not popping.
They're not popping. That's...
Yeah.
Yep. FoxyOps takes game 2 and is going to force game 3 after... Well, Alex tried, but I think that game was doomed from the start with Mir when Alex went to round 13 with 675 eco in his pocket. That's just not a good situation to be in.
Yeah, that and then the round 22 led to gold play. It was just really hard to recover from.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Crunker Fishy tied up 1-1.
Here's a fun one right here. So let's see here. We got some boomerang action on the left, and we got some dart action on the right.
Is that,
I think,
Boomer Super Farm?
That looks like it.
From Fishy. That's wow. I mean, the thing about it is the round 30 is just super tough.
I'm actually more concerned with Mir about the round 13, round 14, because if Krunker sends enough white balloons, just sustains white eco with Mir, and Fishy has the 230 boomer plus the 302 boomer on his screen plus ETN, that's not going to defend that eco effectively.
Really? You think it falls behind whites?
It actually does fall. It'll fall behind whites. And I think the key reason for this with Mir is that no mortar, no Bernie stuff.
Yeah, Bernie stuff is pretty strong, especially with Boomer and the Rico, when it just kind of triggers the Bernie effect on all the balloons.
Yeah, so I've died a couple times with Mir, trying to do Boomer, trying to play with 302 Boomer plus 230 Boomer, and just seeing it not defend eco. While this is all happening, you see Krunker getting some of those balloons there, getting pretty far, getting sent some yellows his way, some pressure, purples, whites.
Yeah,
Quite a bit happening there.
Yeah, it gets ETN 3 out, but I think that ability is so short, he probably has it back for round 11. I mean, he could send some region zebras here if he really wanted to, but yeah. Look at that. He sold the trip dart. He needs to punish. Fishy needs to punish this. Did you see that selling the trip dart to get the plant?
That's pretty crazy right there.
That's a crazy play. And he used ETN 3. Come on.
Here we go. Regen zebras right here. Regen zebras.
Okay.
This is going to be tough to defend without boost. Got some pinks on top, too, to try and shield those regen zebras.
Okay,
a boost anyways!
Yeah, he does boost. So vulnerable around 11 and 12, theoretically.
Fishy doesn't have any defense on his screen, though. Look at this. He's going to rush anyways. Glass cannon rush from Fishy. Up against Krunker. Trying to take game 3.
He sells not the plant. Gets
selling
out of pocket icicles. Clutches up. Oh, he did sell the plant.
Wrong crosspath though on the ice. Fishy gonna try and punish with the camo purples.
It's just not enough camos though. See how he has just a little bit of camo detection out there?
Yeah. And Krunker might have a chance to. Well, I don't know. Round 13 is coming around here.
Oh yeah, there's a rush coming in here. I think Krunker is gonna send him a big rush here.
Yeah, because I mean, Fishy needs.
No, he just goes for farm.
Wow, that's surprising.
And he keeps on selling defense. I don't like how much defense Krunker sells. He buys the wrong crosspath ice, but I guess it works because he has the ETM level now.
He doesn't have anything on his screen. Look at that. I mean, he's got the good ice. He's got the camo jug, but man, that's crazy. And so here we go. Here comes the black eco right here. And again, 302 boomer plus 230 boomer. You see it struggling to the eco. Fishy has to sell into more glaives right there. But, and the key here with Mir, Krunker was not able to force that early enough. Look at Fishy's farms. They're actually really good.
Yeah.
A rush! Boosted camos!
Just space
ceramics.
Yeah. Just trying to get a little bit more out of him there. Just putting a balloon boost behind that to try to make it a little scarier, even though it's literally just almost an eco rush with the space ceramics, which are like 35 eco per dollar. Or dollars per eco.
Man. Okay, so Fishy now is fine, and yeah, I'm just dude, Krunker made a big mistake there, just not trying to do anything to Fishy, because round 11, Fishy was playing
busy.
With...
He was getting harassed. I mean, that's the thing. He was on the back foot. He was on the defensive, and that's what some people say is that, what is my defense? My defense is my offense. That's some people, like a Termy or something like that might be able to say, like, I don't really have to play good defense because my offense is so good that you're always going to be on your toes.
Super Monkey coming out to defend the Moab from Krunker. Fishy gets ETN 3 to play it safe, but I don't think that was actually necessary in this case.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not really used to exactly what you need. He's not, I don't think, as familiar with Super Monkey as player is.
But again, with me, I'm really impressed with Fishy's play so far. Not only was he able to harass, but he was able to greed. Right? It's a chance. It's one of those instances of not only having the cake, but being able to eat it too.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's in a decent position. I mean, I'm trying to think. I think he's definitely winning from all those jabs and back and forth that happened. I think he definitely should keep on ecoing here, though. It's interesting to me that he's sending.
Oh, okay, send an F Moab.
I don't agree. I mean, if you have super in your loadout, like, should you really be? I mean, I guess player does send the F mode, but I mean, he has enough defense, in my opinion. Like, just doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah, I don't like that. The reason I don't like that with Mir is because Krunker was essentially again, it's Oasis, fairly long map. He has the XX4 dart up. He's got ETN 3. You got to spend more than that to force a suitable action. That was a self-drain move right there, I think.
Yeah, and then he didn't get a second, third tier farm up before round 20, which you think if he had an extra 2k, he could have easily got, at least a market. I always
so
like, squeezing out an extra farm or two at the end of round 19.
Right. So reassessing the situation here, you see that there is a bit of drain. I would say that Fishy is probably playing with the equivalent of about 2,000. About 2,000, 2,200 equivalent eco.
Yeah, I just think he should keep on ecoing. I don't understand why with Super Monkey in your loadout you would stop eco at 1,600.
Yeah, with me, my concern here is that he's not going to be able to get end of round 24 Monkey Wall Street with 1,600 eco. He's only going to get 17,000 from eco during round 24 doing that, and now he's being sent an FCUMG, which is going to drain him a little further here. And it's big drain on Crunker, but it's also drain on Fishy.
Yeah, I think it's a good value send because honestly, like you see, he's already getting up one press. He gets up a
tight legs
cross path. Okay,
on top of this rush.
I think
ETN 10 coming out.
Yeah, ETN 10 especially.
And look at that, force the farm cell. And with me, I think this really illustrates the importance of having that good eco, because now Fishy sold a lot of his farms. He's only cooking with 1,600 eco, and he could get sent tight lets again, perhaps, if Crunker really wants to go for that as well. Kind of depends.
He is sending, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to go for it again. Lots of regen leads.
Oh, that's kind of regen
That was
farming.
240.
Oh, but the Robo Monkey's got it easily.
Yeah,
That
Pierce on
thing's
the Robo
insane.
Monkey. That's pretty crazy right there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is... he's not defending an FBAT, is my point. Like, there's literally no way at this point that Fishy does defend an FBAT. So this game, it's not going past round 31. That's for sure.
With Mir, I wonder if... I know he's got Robo... Protect Terror, but do you dare try DDTs? Just given the drain that he has?
Yeah, I mean, you would need a bunch of Dark Knights up, and... I mean, it's a decent idea. It's definitely a choke rush, but I think you're in a good position right now if you're Crunker, so I think the smart play is not to do it, but, I mean, you're right, it could work. I think if you're behind, then you go for it, but if
this is, Fishy gonna sell into the Tech Terror to take care of these FBFBs, and that's gonna drain on his cash.
He needs it, I mean, or he could go, like, Sun Avatar, but he needs
Round
something
26.
Ooh.
And tight F Moab's headed Fishy's way.
But he has the level 10 back, so doesn't
He's
this
got the
just
level
like
10
solo?
back right there.
Ooh,
And a DDT underneath.
He does go for this. He
Big
needs
moment of the
more.
game right here. Dark Knight coming out and a boost. Is it going to be enough? Along with ETN 10, yes. But
Okay, he
Crunker
has
can
one
come
more
back.
boost. Sending tight leads. He could
Fishy
just
coming back. Tight leads.
he just U-jugs, right?
I'm not sure if he has U-Jug money. Trying to get the U-Jug, needs to sell the farm to do it. Never mind. Gets it
Just
without
U-Jugs.
selling the farm. And Fishy is kind of just holding steady right now. He knows that Crunker can't come back with the rush just yet. He's vulnerable, Withmere. He is vulnerable to the extent that he doesn't have ETN 10 or boost up right now. Sending those tight BFBs Crunker's way. Round 28, group DDTs available. Fishy piling him on to Crunker for the game.
Is that?
And
that's
it's
just
going to
game?
get through. Game over.
Wow. Okay. Well, they had like no money. It was a poverty game. Yeah, that was interesting. I thought that for sure he could defend leads there. I mean, DDTs there, but that was a good rush by Fishy.
Yep.
It's nice.
Yeah, when it's a poverty game with Mir, sometimes you just gotta, you think, okay, theoretically, I mean, my opponent can do this, blah, 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 blah. But, if your opponent does have money, they just can't do that.
Yeah. You gotta. That was good for him by just recognizing that his opponent was so poor and couldn't defend the various random rushes and stuff that you can send on those rounds.
Joining game 3 in progress between Alex and FoxyOps. Alex has his UMG on his screen that he must defend in order to win this game. He sent an FCUMG over FoxyOps' way, which is, it looks like it's poised to kill Foxy, but again, Alex has to defend
He's got
his
low
UMG
battery.
on his screen to have a chance.
Foxy's battery's low. Hopefully he can find his
that could also be
charger.
an issue right there. Yep, got to find his charger too while this is all happening.
Oh, does he super mail?
Sentai
Does he need
10.
it? Oh, he doesn't need super mail. That's interesting.
Wow, Sentai 10 destroyed the insides of that ZUMG with Mir, and now Foxyops is in trouble. Gotta send something to win this game. But look
And
at Alex, he's coming back with 160 regen tight leads.
Oh, he's going for the Spirit of the Forest. I don't think that defends. He's dead.
He's not gonna
totally
get it in time. Game over.
Alex wins. Wow. Alex wins 2-1. Is it? Do you know if it's a single or double elimination?
It's single elimination. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Foxy's out of the tournament, and Alex moves on.
Yep.
Okay, what do we got here? Jake versus Fishy, Mao versus 51 Aliens.
Ooh. Fun series.
Yeah, and then Ninjayas is going to play Alex now. Good luck.
Okay, cool. Bacon versus Freelo should be fun if we have any footage on that one as well.
Yeah, that's a good little matchup there. I can't believe Freelo is, what, 14th seed in this tournament?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, honestly. I had some really good matches against Freelo yesterday. Fun stuff, but yeah, he's been working Dark Glue Farm to perfection in the ranked matches. So, actually, you know what, Dark Glue Farm. He's also been playing around with Ace Farm strategies. So,
I respect Ace Farm strategies a little bit more than Dark Glue strategies. Those kind of make me cringe a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. I think those are strong towers. I think that's a pretty good composition. So, I don't blame him.
So
he's going Jericho with no decamo?
That's I don't know about that.
He's going ice maybe with it, I guess.
Maybe like Dart Sniper? Just because it's no decamo doesn't necessarily mean you need ETN, right? It's just that your options for camo is kind of limited.
Going ETN.
Yeah, okay.
Or Bacon does love his Churchill types of heroes. He loves Churchill and Captain Churchill. That's back when he got that top 1 badge. He was playing Churchill Bomb Sub Farm. Sentai. So he loves this hero. And he likes to play a lot of EFS with it. So I guess it doesn't surprise me that much. But I think he can't play EFS because Inchi's banned. And then, yeah, he can't play Bomb Sub Farm because that's banned. So, we get a map scum.
He's been map scum for picking Dartling Super Farm. Oh. Man. But yeah, Dartling Super Farm definitely fell out of favor in this meta for good reason, right? It's just hard to get sufficient money.
Yeah, I just think you can't really afford all the stuff you need. I mean, you need to get like 5k eco and like around 24 monkeynomics, which is just an insane, ungodly amount of money.
All right.
Or else you just fall behind to spaced F-pads.
All right, so once again, getting the map selection ready to go. I'm definitely surprised to see Foxyops go down against Alex, but
just sent him like pressure. I guess Foxy just crumbled. I mean, he's used to Wiz in that situation, and just getting up Phoenixes and different random Wiz stuff. I don't know what the heck he does with Wiz, but he basically with Wiz he can defend all that tight stuff. So I think he was a little out of his comfort zone without some of his comfort towers.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you put me defending some of those tight rushes without mortar, and I'm going to struggle a little bit.
Right. So again, we're just waiting on footage, just waiting on more matches to occur. You see a small
1-1.
portion. Yeah, portion of the bracket on your right here. So this actually is an in-progress series. Deciding game incoming here. And I will say that man, Whitmer, who do you got here? Game 3, it's Bacon versus Year here. 2 former T1 players. Who do you got?
I mean, Freelo has always been the better player, but the thing is that he trolls. I mean, they both troll pretty hard all the time. Like they've basically just been trolling for like 10 seasons between the two of them. And so they haven't really been tryharding. You know, Freelo's pretty washed, but I mean, I guess I'd still lean Freelo, but I wouldn't be surprised if Freelo trolls too hard and Bacon just sends him a check rush and takes it. So we'll see. Oh, Fishy
On the
Mallow too.
left, yeah, on the left you see Bacon and Freelo. On the right is Fishy versus Mowel. Again, Fishy moving on after just outright kill. Who did Fishy kill? I just straight up forgot. I think it was Crunker. Crunker went down.
They fight, yeah. But and one interesting thing, I guess, a couple things I'll point out here. One is that this is a strategy that Mao actually already used last season in ranked. Like Mao, I played Mao on this map. Mao was probably using Dartling, Ice, Farm with Snowpad here, and Mao used this last season. So Mao, like the thing about this is a lot of players I think are using strategies that they're uncomfortable with, or you know their comfort towers are banned right now. They're trying out new stuff, but this is comfortable territory for Mao. Can easily force round 30 here, knows how to do it. So then promptly dies round 30, but that's besides the point. So I'd probably lean Mao in this one.
All right. There's definitely a little utility in this meta to forcing round 30, given the potency of the tight rushes in general, and how it's kind of just crippled a couple of various formerly feasible, viable compositions. So.
And is this? I guess this is Fishy. It says 51 aliens, but probably that's just a little bit of a troll in the in-game name.
Actually, that's yeah, Emil, can we get clarification here on the names? I want to make sure that those are correct.
Let's see, it might be 51. I think I'm looking at the bracket.
Yeah, take a look at the bracket real quick.
Yeah, it's 51.
Okay, so it actually is 51. All right. So 51 aliens versus Maul.
Oh, defending these whites somehow just with Pat 3, but I think, you know, definitely gonna. It's not Dartling. Okay, this is interesting.
Boosts attack. He's already down to 22 lives though. Unforced boost from Mao, and he's kind of in a bad situation. And you know, Time's Up is kind of a brutal map here too with Mir, because sometimes you can just get screwed over by the clock.
I'm really shocked he's going tack here, because I feel like he already knows the flowchart and has already used Dartling Ice farm here, so obviously I don't think that went well with using Pat 3 and using boost and leaking to 21 lives on round 5. So I guess take back everything I said about forcing round 30 and going you know, Dartling, but we'll see. Hopefully this works out. Down to 18 now.
Yeah.
And being out-farmed.
It's even worse.
Aye.
How do you feel about trying round 8 yellows if you're 51 aliens?
Round 8 yellows? I mean, why would you go round 8 instead of just round 7 with them?
Just to kind of get him off Pat 3 for round 9.
Okay, I guess I see what you're saying there. I mean, yeah, I think he definitely sends zeros round 9. I guess it's just a question of do you try to force anything out before that, and I think it's probably not good. I mean, you get an ice down if you're Mao for it. Yeah, I mean, you wanted that ice down anyway, but you send the yellows and it just forces the ice. I do want to see some zebras. Okay, we're seeing a little bit of that action.
Here we go. Regen Zebras, round 10. And they're starting to get through a little bit.
Boost and Pat 3. Nothing for round 11 now. This game's probably ending pretty soon.
Yeah, I think Mao's thinking about Maelstroming the round 11 and then somehow trying to get well, it depends here.
You're right, has to mail. I guess that's can't overreact too much if you're Mao here. Don't try to use ice to defend this. You just have to mail. You just have to mail.
Kill Crush from 51 aliens.
Oh no, he goes for the
Look at this.
Okay. But I mean, look at the farms.
But yeah, again, the farms are definitely a concern because 51 aliens was able to do that without having to sell farms.
And I really like having ETN3 here to help with some of the camos. In case a rush is sent 51's way, you know, he just has that camo heat-seeking nuclear bomb that he can set off.
Well, I know that we're on Time's Up, but with Ice Shards plus some Arctic Wind, that's pretty hard to get by with typical R-Rod play. Oh,
yep, there we go. Forces
there we
that.
go. Oh, no!
There's desync.
Okay, just a little desync right there.
But I like that little force right there by 51 because it delayed the plant until after round 14.
And that's
So
huge.
that's
That's
nice.
huge.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the left side of the screen, you see you're here having to boost to a rush, and now boosting back at Bacon. Bacon's got nothing on his screen here except Sentai 3 and the Dartling.
Yeah, where's
He's gonna
his
sit and duck.
defense? Where's his money? Where's his farms? Where's everything? Okay, and Freelo wins.
Yeah, Freelo takes the win right there. I think we missed an all-out attempt from Bacon that did not go well with me. I think we caught the tail end of that rush.
Yeah, that was just the old put him out of his misery rush by you here.
Yep. I've been telling you again. Your here has been floating. He's been doing really good with Dark Glue. I don't think people realize that. Yes, the 230 glue does regrow farm, but if you put 2 jugs with it, right, it's pretty hard to get by.
Yeah, I mean, Dart's OP, you know.
Yeah.
And then that's just so good against Eco too. So you have to I don't know. I feel like you have to rush it, and then the rushes don't work either. So.
Now back to Mao versus 51 Aliens, where Mao is receiving a regular Moab.
And I'm surprised at that send. I mean, I feel like Pat just slaps it back, right? Yeah, and then
Yeah. Pat Slapback just doing wonders on that thing.
don't really think that was worth, but
I tell you what, 51 Aliens is he's been rolling with some relatively weak defense for quite some time.
and that's the advantage of being sent rushes is that you are forced to kind of build up this defense, and then you feel safer, and it's like, yeah, you can.
Boosted
here we
F
go.
Moab, overdrive from 51 Aliens to defend.
Yeah, but he can Fedora 3 those two. I think he's fine with Fedora 3.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Fedora 3
Fedora
plus
3
the
is
Ice
just-
Monkey, yeah.
just so strong. And the camo's coming through here. Oh,
Oh, they're gonna slip through!
oh, ooh.
Oh no! The clock!
Oh my
The
gosh,
clock!
just some regular camo purples?
No! No!
He punished because
Oh,
he didn't have
no.
Fedora 3. So since that was down, Mao just started harassing him with camo purples, and they just slipped by the Embrittle.
Oh no, what a horrible way to lose. And Ryan Mahalik calling out in the chat, it was an 032 ice, not a 230 ice.
Oh,
And that's why the camo balloon slipped by. I'm not sure if 51 Aliens was again that was a fairly even Steven game. I know 51 Aliens had the farm advantage there, but that's one heck of a way to absolutely toss a competitive game.
yeah. Well, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Seeing the Etienne mirror from now we got Jake and Fishy up.
Yep,
And
Jake.
he's going with the
versus-
SPAC. I guess I get the SPAC in the sense that, like we were saying, it can be good, to have a little bit of camo up for round 12, and I guess that SPAC provides some of that. But I just feel like I don't know. I don't know if it's really the best with ETN.
All right. Mao complaints about that should be brought towards the interface there. So apologies for the mistaken commentary.
Oh no, he was just because you know how him
Yeah.
and Cologne always
Oh, you know what?
imitate
Yeah,
each
those-
other on the leaderboard. He's saying that the person I was playing was Cologne and not Mawa the other day, who was using a Dartling Ice farm.
Okay.
But anyway, I mean, if you don't want to be mistaken for Cologne, I would suggest not having identical profile banners. But whatever. Anyway, we move on.
Okay, so Fishy swapped out the super for the SPAC, which I think will give him some better resilience for those DDTs, for instance.
Yeah, I guess he's struggling to find the comp if he's going back and forth between some of these different heroes, because this is the same map that he was just running super on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if either of these towers are necessarily the answer.
Again, with me, we talked about the issue with trying to run 230 Boomer plus 302 Boomer against even Black Eco, right? We saw it struggle to even Black Eco if you're just playing with ETN, right?
Yeah, and then I mean, it's not like you want to get your SPAC to help with that either. So you don't want to use your SPAC just to help defend against Black Eco. So I don't think it really helps in that regard. So he's going to have to come into that situation. I guess he's probably going to just end up buying more glaives and Then when you have more glaives and a SPAC up, it's like, dang, that's a lot of money in defense, you know?
Yeah, a lot of money in defense, a lot of money that can't be spent on eco to greed between rounds 14 and 16. So no, one good thing here about SPAC though with Mir is that Fishy, if he gets a good SPAC pile up, right, he can ward off any threats of say camo round 12, right?
Yeah, that, and I think the biggest thing with Boomer is just the round 17, round 18 defense that you can kind of bypass with it and ward off any rushes there by just having a SPAC pile and being like, okay, you're going to have to send me a bunch of Moabs, and then at that point, I just turbocharge.
So yeah, I want to see. I'm very curious to see how Jake plays round 13. Really, just you know, can he effectively force Fishy to get that more glaives before he wants to get that more glaives?
Do we know his third?
Let's see here. I can't imagine Jake running anything other than Dark Glue Farm.
It's Glue. I guess Glue could be really good. I guess that would be better than Ace. I guess you don't really need Ace for the tight rushes since you have Dart, U-Jug, and I don't know, Fan Club and stuff like that.
All right. Fishy getting his spike pile up right now. Jake, both players actually playing fairly skinny, but not really with enough money, I don't think, to punish each other.
Jake does have the important farm lead. That's one thing that I noticed a lot of the better players doing at the end of last season was trying to squeeze out this third farm, before going into all this round 9, round 10, round 11 stuff, and just having that third farm up, it really does make a huge difference in all these rounds. It adds up a lot and compounds and compounds.
Yeah, definitely. Every time you get a 200 farm up with Mir, it's worth roughly 80 eco. Oh, Rush headed Fishy's way. Lots and lots and lots of regen zebras. Camo purples on top. Oh, this is going to be big.
Okay.
Oh, huge farm sell from Fishy.
Sells all of his farms.
Yeah, he got
And
more
the thing
glaives.
is that Jake did that and didn't sell a single farm because he just had so much more money.
And Fishy can't necessarily punish either. He's gonna try.
I mean, he can try, but he can just buy more darts, and he has camo already. He can just get all the better jug cross paths, and I mean, he's still got all of his 3 farms up. It's just looking really, really rough for Fishy right now.
Yeah, that is brutal for Fishy, playing on effectively 720 equivalent eco here on round 14. And he has farm with Mir. That is a really brutal drain. I love to play from Jake. Again, I called it with Mir. I was saying, how is Jake going to play round 12, round 13? How is he going to get Fishy to buy those upgrades, right? And he got the whole works out of him. Got more glaives and ETN 7 on round 12. Incredible stuff, dude.
Yep, all the farms sold too. Oh gosh, is this an all out?
Oh, this
Really?
isn't all out.
Really?
Lots of Rams on this
Really?
one. This is a really surprising
Really?
move right here. Because I don't think
Really?
Jake
This is throwing the game, isn't it? Oh
yeah, I
my
don't like
gosh.
this move. I really don't like this move. He's gonna keep at it here.
This is not gonna work. That was bizarre.
That was bizarre because he had boost. I just don't understand going for that move, especially with me when Jake was ecoing normally throughout those rounds. If you want to try that SRAM all out, in my opinion, you gotta stop eco. You gotta flow like you gotta float a lot more cash to have a chance. I've had it fishies. Rest in peace, Emil.
He'll be back, surely.
What's up with Emil? Can we get an update on Emil's situation? Let's do the following here. Because we actually need a meal in order to kind of run through things. So, yeah.
Who's
Okay.
playing right now? He's watching the Jake and Fishy. Oh, I think he's sharing a screen.
Okay.
Here we go. We're back.
Okay, so the Saram Rush might not have been the most well informed thing, but
And another all out. What is this? What is this game?
4 Moabs headed Jake's way.
There's
The
no
final
way this
2
works.
are fortified. 5 Moabs total. Sorry.
There's no way
Jake
this works.
getting the Super Monkey fan club, trying to defend desperately. He's got one jug on screen for Saram cleanup.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Like, what are these rushes? What's going on?
This is, I tell you what, Withmere, this is probably some of the most ill-informed gameplay I've seen in a long time. And it all started with the Saram Rush on round 16, Withmere.
Yeah, I mean, Jake played really, really well through the first 13 rounds of the game, kind of threw it away around 16, and then Fishy just sent a random bunch of Moabs there. So
Yeah.
we're having a, good old fashioned back and forth right now.
Definitely. Now this BFB again, Fishy has to damage. He has to damage this more than he's damaging it right now because he only has the 202 SPAC up right now.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of feel a lot better if you have. He definitely doesn't want to boost. Yeah, he's gonna get the charge up, the T charge.
You can tell how drained he is, and Jake Jake smells blood with me coming back with 3 BFBs.
He's still got the farms on screen. He's just in such a powerful position right now.
Yeah, that round 16 rush might have been. Oh, look at this! Sorams for the win! Trying to break through that spike pile. Not allowing Fishy to wait to get those boomer upgrades. ETN 10's not going to be enough.
Oh, he gets blocked by the AI.
It still is going to be enough. Sorry, he's still in it with me.
ETN level 10 is so good, but it runs out here. He's going to need to T-charge this multiple times. Oh, he's going to need bottom top.
Underneath to win the game.
No, but
Fishy sending back.
Jake's faster. Jake's so much faster. Jake has ETN 10 to slow it down.
Winning the Jag races, Jake, he's going to take the game.
Yeah, that was well played. I mean, he handily outplayed him there.
Yeah, I tell you what, that Saram Rush might not have been the best thing with Mir, but he was able to just collect his thoughts and complete the game, get the win. And again, it all started, I think, when Fishy had to sell all of his farms for more glaives and ETN 7.
Yeah, that was a good little pressure rush. Good little drain, and then from there, I mean, theoretically, you just AFK to around 30, but I guess you can you can take different routes to get to the win. So that's and Jaius, I think, was playing Alex earlier, but hopefully Alex puts up a fight.
Yeah. So I want to give some retrospect on that match with me while we're waiting for another match to occur. I do wonder. So let's suppose hypothetically that Fishy does not get drained for whatever reason, right? One of the cool things about Boomerang is that it also grants resilience to those tight rushes through 5xx Boomer. So it's really not feasible in non-drain games to try and all out with tight rushes in the mid game, right? Now I'm not going to say this was the right move with me, but I am going to say that maybe Jake was thinking, "Oh crap! If this game gets late, maybe Fishy can just defend everything, even though he's like super drained." I don't know.
I think he was just kind of thinking, screw it, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to win this game. I'm at such an advantage that I think I can just send him, some ceramics, and he's probably gonna die. I think it was just sort of a YOLO play.
Yeah.
But now we got funny name, and you're here.
Oh, this will be fun.
And Jaius over Alex 2-0. So
okay, so yeah, expected outcome right there, but yeah. Again, Ninjaius is just he is persistent. Season after season, always puts together a good game. So
he's Ninjaius for a reason. So it's good that I'm happy he came out to play in the tournament, and he's probably going to win it. But you never know. I mean, somebody could make a really good run. Yeah. I've seen some unpredictable things happen.
All right, so you see, and again, this is what I was talking about with Mir. Freelo been rocking Dark Glue Farm. No surprise that he's taken that composition here on Sun Palace. Now, what does Funny Name have in store?
Funny Name probably Ice, right?
I wonder if he might try something maybe a bit more exotic, like Tac Sniper Farm. Tac Smack Farm.
I would like that better. I would like Sniper better than Ice here. I think that's stronger.
I think we'll have to find out here on round 9.
Yeah. You get the cripple up late. You can have the elite sniper up as well as your only form of defense, and I definitely think that. And then you have a little bit of camo detection with the sniper. Oh, he's going for a Roth angle. It looks like.
Yeah, big concern. So big concern here with the Roth angle here is that Funny Name is going to go into round 12 with no camo other than ETN. So I think the big thing here you got to watch with me is how much money is Freelo going to float, right?
I guess we can see that because we're looking at Freelo's screen right now, so we can just see how much money Funny Name, and yeah, I guess we can see how much Freelo has.
He's just going
Oh,
to
he
take the
has the
opportunity
plant
to.
up. Did you see that? He got a plant
Oh
up.
yeah, that's huge. That's huge. He's just going to take the opportunity to greed, and he's going to get a
Boost.
boosted rush right here. Woo!
Ooh, I think he's fine though. I don't think that'll rego farm too hard. I think ETN3, it looks like it's cleaning it up pretty well. Man, he's
And
such a
round
good
12.
position right now.
Wow. Yeah, floating a lot of cash. Got a nice farm lead. Was able to defend that rush on boost. Now checking Funny Name with the camo purples. Funny Name going to try and greed to defend it with ETN3. Oh, he's getting checked once more. Lots more camo purples.
And he's fine. It looks like. Did he buy the level there? I don't think he did.
It's hard for. It's hard. He actually did buy the level. I
Okay.
don't know when he got the level, but he did get it.
Okay, catches up in farms, but I mean, Freelo's also floating
But Freelo
4.2K
can double
right
plant.
now.
Yeah, he could really double plant if he wants to. Funny Name's going to try and stop that with a rush on round 14.
Ooh, that was a really, really good rush by Funny Name there because it denied the early double plant for round 14. So I
Yeah.
think that was well played by Funny Name. I mean, Funny Name's already behind and he's losing and yada yada, but that tiny little poke right there was definitely good value.
That put him back in the game with me. It was a great play.
Still behind a whole plant, so can't get too happy. We haven't seen his third yet, have we?
Yeah, we haven't seen his third yet, but I wonder. But yeah, you know, I know Funny Name's behind in the farms right now. He's a little behind in the income game, but he didn't come out too bad for having been harassed with lots of camo purples. Freelo was looking to end the game right then and there, and surprisingly, Funny Name was able to hold with just ETN3.
And I mean, looks like he's also not only behind in all those aspects, but he's down 1-0 in the score of the series. So
Actually, yeah, that actually does make things even worse, but there's still some hope. There's still some hope.
and that means that this is Funny Name's counter pick map, and I'm surprised that versus a dark glue player that you would pick map.
Multiple Moabs headed Freelo's way. Freelo needs to exhaust boost to have a chance right here. He does exhaust the boost. And he
Boost
will defend.
18-3.
Yep.
And I mean, that was a really good. He's just ecoing to the moon right now.
Funny Name's going to come back for more, I think. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. One F
Yeah,
Moab.
gets
He's got to do another
crossbow
though.
up. Sells. Okay, good sell.
This is Withmere. This is a mistake from Funny Name because Freelo can just get these crossbows right here, defend this F Moab, right? I think
they glue up a lot here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, and you can sell glue and it still stays up. That's interesting.
Oh, look at this. F Moab Funny Name's way.
Man, just a value force.
Nice value right there.
It gets the overdrive and the ETN3, I suppose, but you're probably not re-rushing, so it's okay, I think. I mean, it's debatable, in my opinion.
I just think that overall that sequence right there, I think that really swung the game in favor of Freelo Withmere. Just because of how Freelo was able to greed defend that F Moab, and just because of Funny Name's response to that F Moab that he was sent, right? Having to get that overdrive. Now you see Funny Name still trying to reassert himself in the game, getting the XX4 farm. I am concerned about his overall eco. We can kind of estimate his eco. He's at about 1,000 eco with Mir.
1,000?
Not good.
Oh
Let's
god,
check
are
the
you
counter
watching
again.
that?
Maybe about
That's
1,500.
awful.
Let's see here. Let me try one more tick here. Okay, it's really 1,500. Sorry, but
Yeah,
still, that's
1,500, yeah.
yeah.
But that's still not good.
Yeah, because I don't like his chances for end of round 24 Monkey Wall Street here with Mir.
Okay, I do like the send. I think he needs to send this because he is behind. Like, I think he kind of needs to send this. So, just to, like, hopefully Freelo panics and sells his BRF. I mean, this is not going to happen, right? Like, he's just going to get up a fan club. He's going to boost. He might glue storm it. But, I mean, he has the ETN 10, right? And, like, I just think he's going to be fine. He probably doesn't want to use his last tower boost, though. He only has one left, so he might need to buy a little. Okay, he does glue strike it.
Okay.
He does use his last tower boost as well, which is surprising to me. I guess he really just doesn't want to sell that BRF. But I think he might have overreacted.
Oh, look at this. He's going to come back with an FCOMG. Super Monkey. That's the tower. Super Monkey, the last tower from Funny Name.
Huh. I mean, he just slows it down. Like, I think this might be enough to get it down to where you can tech terror it, but he definitely has to tech terror. Probably. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't seem like ETN 10 is really good against single high target. It seems like it's good against like tight
Yeah.
rushes. So I don't know if using it right there was the best.
I
I
wonder.
guess might as well just spam it.
So with me, I do have a question. Let's suppose that Funny Name successfully defends this FZUMG. How do you feel about the prospect of just saying screw it and sending a bunch of tight BFBs to freelo around 27?
I don't like it. I mean, I'd probably try to take him a little bit later since you have super. He has two BRFs on his
Super
screen.
Maelstrom.
Goes for the Smail instead of the Tech Terror, which I find interesting.
Interesting, right there.
And I don't know why Freelo's going the double BRF tech here, which is an odd farming route, I would say. But he does have the farm lead now.
He's been floating around with quite a lot of eco for quite some time here with me. Oh, getting sent some tight Moabs his way. Gonna glue Storm and ETN 10 to value defend this. I think he's
Ooh.
DDT headed Freelo's way. Gonna get the
Ooh,
super
Freelo,
King,
you
maybe?
need something. You need something,
We
buddy.
need something. Oh,
What?
he's gonna miss it.
Get the-
No,
Get a super glue or something. What are you doing?
no.
What? He tried to fan club it, I suppose.
What a horrible play.
I don't know. I guess he was thinking like glue strike and fan club was his thought process, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like he could have just sold one of the tier 4 farms and gotten up a super glue and just been super chill, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know,
I
you
know.
live and you learn.
The only thing I can think of is that maybe he was just scared that if he didn't value defend that, right, that Funny Name could come back with the tight BFBs and possibly overwhelm him on pure RBE. But meanwhile, in this game, you see Jake using ETN 10 to defend the rush on his screen. Fishy trying to defend a big rush on his screen. Look at this. BFB's
gonna
popping
need
into
more.
Moabs. Gonna need some more.
Ooh.
He's gonna need more Maelstroms. ETN 10 coming out. He does defend.
Oh, tight lead's coming in. ETN 10 is so good. It's like Fedora 10. It's just another black hole ability, basically. Jesus.
I love it against those. I mean, it's good for cleanup. It's good for tight leads. It's got so much utility with me.
Yeah, they love adding the new heroes with a lot of utility.
Wouldn't be surprised if that got a nerf after this season's over.
Yeah, and then probably the level 3, they're going to increase the cooldown like they do every time, and yeah, you know the deal.
Yeah. We're having our fun with ETN, though, so.
Yeah, it's a cool hero. It is a really neat hero. It kind of unlocks new strategies and stuff, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So we had Bomb, Tack Farm, and Bomb, Tack Farm. Huh.
And these
These guys are like, I can't run Mortar, dang it.
tight F-Leds Jake's way. Look at this. And a boost. And a Maelstrom coming out. More rushing. Look at that. Moab's on top. ETN 10
Ooh,
coming
it's
out.
slipping through.
Slipping through. Another Maelstrom coming out.
Okay, okay.
But Fishy sold everything for that. He's a sitting duck certainly on round 26.
I mean, he can do some amount of microing, but yeah, I don't think he has much money.
Now, Fishy is going to have access to ETN 10 on his side of the screen. That's going to be the big thing here with me, is how good is that going to be? DDT race incoming. No, look at this. Tight lets and DDTs. Okay, DDT on Fishy's screen. ETN 10 needs to come out for him to have a chance.
Yeah,
Here
I
it
don't
is.
think that
Boost,
defends.
and he's not going to defend it. Game over.
No, yeah, he needed to Assassin. I think that was his only shot of defending any DDTs was Assassin Micro.
Yep.
So just, but Jake outworked. I think Jake, I mean, he had a good run last season. Ended up getting 4th on the leaderboard, and definitely has improved a lot as a player. I think he's one of the.
Hey, chat, I have a question. So ETN at some point gains MIB abilities, but when is that level? Because I think what happened was that I don't think Fishy actually had that level at that point. So, Whitmere, your mic kind of died there. Are you still alive? Okay, so Etienne's MIB is at level 15. Okay. Does Etienne reach level 15 before round 26? Good question. With Mirror, if you're trying to speak, you're still like mumbled and jumbled. Alright. Yeah, you're still all mumbled and jumbled right there. Kind of sounds like you're just sort of like running through, I don't know. Running through like an empty train or something. It's hard to describe. So, yeah, you know, and with Mirror going underwater, that's what it is. With Mirror going underwater.
Can you hear me now? Is it any better?
Yep. Oh yeah, there we go. Crystal clear now.
Okay, I just unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Back to the commentary sorry, Emil playing. We need the screen here, full screen here on Freelo versus Funny Name, and we need a name swap as well.
There we go. 1-1.
We're
So
on to game
Boomer
3
versus
again.
Tack Ice, and then the third for the Boomer. I mean, he's just been running random stuff, right? Like Super and SPAC. So, we'll see. We'll see what he's up to this time. Oh, SPAC.
There we go.
again.
Boomer's
Okay.
back.
I would like even maybe like Boomer Dart, just because Dart's so good.
Yeah, just because I mean, Dart gives you some camo resilience.
And then the tight rushes, it's pretty good against. And then, I mean, on 30, you can fan club or, you know, Plasma Monkey fan club.
Regen Zebras got sent Freelo's way. He decided ETN 3 in response. You see he's going to go for a Ring of Fire here as the round 11 choice of defense. Both these players are going to be skinny on camo round 12 with Mir.
Yeah, I think it's going to be worth for Funny Name to force something. I think Freelo would ideally like to get out of here with just a
Boosted
Roth.
Purples Freelo's way and a big rush Funny Name's way. Look at this, trying to defend with ETN 3.
Yeah, I think he didn't use Tower Boost, which is good there. And then he's in a really good position now. Okay,
Now round 12.
Re-rush.
Small rerush, but it's not going to do enough, or is it going to be
Camos.
close?
Ooh.
Freelo
Ooh.
going to take the leaks. Now coming back is Funny Name for the kill. Camo Purples. Freelo
We got the
buys
level.
ETN 7 and the Ring of Fire. Gets the defense, survives the rush. Now Saram's headed Funny Name's way. Oh, he's got to sell no more glaives to even have a shot here. But again,
Now he's
that's
down
eating up the
farms.
spike pile. And round 14, key round 14 coming up here. Funny Name down in farms as we head into round 14. Freelo gonna plant. Freelo's gonna get the plant in time for round 14. Funny Name not able to punish. Funny Name decides to get a plant himself. He has fallen behind in the farm game, but it at least isn't anything too game breaking, at least.
Yeah, he's just down a 2-0 farm here. I think they have, I mean, similar-ish ecos. I don't think that Funny Name got exactly the amount of value that he'd like to get. Like, he had to kind of send two camo rushes there to get the forces that he wanted. I think the first one was just like a tiny bit too small. Freelo just leaked down to 30 instead of really overreacting to it and then forcing a second rush. So I think that was the difference. That's why Funny Name's a farm behind here, and we'll see if Freelo just snowballs that.
Yeah, he's got a good chance to snowball here with Mir, because I did check the eco counts, and Freelo is up somewhere about 100 to 150 eco on Funny Name. Plus the extra farm means that he has probably about a 200 more equivalent eco at this point in the game. That's actually a pretty big advantage. Round 17 incoming here. We see the
Okay.
Moab. Freelo taking out
Hot
the
shots.
drones.
I like it. Okay, pretty clean defend. And then
And the-
now, I guess if an F Moab is sent, you just get up in overdrive.
Yeah. He might try and be greedy and maybe double hot shots or triple hot shots.
No, he'd go overdrive, surely.
That's what you think, but let's see it. Yeah, he knows he's going to get the F Moab here. Double hot
Oh,
shots, triple hot shots. There you go.
You're right. Look at that. Triple hot shots, but it's a little sketchy. I guess the ice there clutches up and holds them, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's a nice little ice right there.
Yep.
And then, okay. Ooh, this is interesting that he's sending into.
Oh, two F Moabs. Funny Name's way.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wait. Freelo's
no!
dying. Wait, what the heck was that? Is
What's
that another
happening on
FMOAB?
Freelo's screen? Man, that's crazy.
I didn't even see that. I was watching Funny Name's side of the
I was,
screen.
yeah, same. I was, we're like two blind mice here. Third, F Moab headed Here's way. Now he's finally gonna get the
up
overdrive.
Yeah. Oh, but it's not enough.
It's not enough.
another-
He's in trouble. Boost from Funny Game, trying to get the win.
Nope.
Not happening. Gets denied. Round 20 incoming. But I think
Surely
these guys are...
FBFB's coming in, right? Oh,
Surely.
dying to naturals. Funny Name just leaked a lot to naturals.
Man,
He doesn't really have much defense up. He finally gets some more up. He is so poor right now. It's insane.
it's crazy. F Moab headed Funny Game's way. I think this is to try and deplete the spike pile. Moab behind it as well, and a boost from Funny Game going to leave him off boost when ZOMGs are available.
This game is ending very soon.
I think maybe you just pow at him with a bunch of BFBs. Look at this. Funny Game's gonna fire back with an FBFB. Meanwhile, Freelo gonna send a ZOMG Funny Game's way. That's definitely gonna kill. Funny Game gonna counter rush to try and win the game that way.
Funny.
Freelo
This is a
defend?
bad ZOMG send because, I mean, this is game right here. Freelo just needs to defend to win, but this is gonna be hard to defend.
It's gonna be hard.
I don't know. Maybe not
Got a
hard for
couple
Freelo.
FOABs.
He's close. Oh my gosh, that was
Oh my
so
God.
easy. With the ETN 10 in there. Oh my gosh.
One last chance coming up if Funny Game can just defend this F Moab here because
Jeez.
tight leads are going to be available. Here we go. Last desperation attempt from Funny Game to win the game. Tight leads headed Freelo's way. Can bring a fire clutch up. Plus 2 F Moabs, 3 F Moabs, 4, 5. Still coming in. 6, 7.
Oh, he doesn't have like any more money.
More mousetrapping from Freelo. Can he defend? Can he defend? Can he defend? Yes! Freelo's going to take it. Funny Game can't defend the purples. He's going to lose the game. He was able to defend that one F Moab with Mir, and he had one last shot. It was the T-Leds, and Freelo was prepared for it.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty good defending. I did not expect him to melt those FBFBs so well, but I mean it was just instant. As soon as he boosted with that embrittlement and like 2 overdrives and then ETN 10, just evaporated the entire rush.
Brutal stuff there from Freelo. Good defense right there. We now join another match in progress. It is Mao versus Jake.
Ace Bomb. These are people that want to play engineer. I can tell you that. These are people that desperately want to play the engineer tower, but it's banned, so then they're playing bomb instead.
Bomb's got some. So the cool thing about Bomb with Mir though is that with NG you get better farming, right? You get really good farming. But with Bomb, you get better resilience against those tight rushes.
I mean, but you have Ace for the tight rushes, right? Like, I don't really think...
I mean,
I would rather use Ace than Bomb. Even if I had this comp, it's like... I'm only using Bomb for the cluster here for round 13, and other than that, like... I don't even know if I'm
Double
just about,
pressure
like,
right here. Sorry to
maybe-
interrupt with Mir. A Moab being sent to either side, and we're going to see ETN 3 from both players to value defend. Oh, a boost from Jake.
That's a bad boost. Yeah, he's saying oops.
Jake deciding to boost
Ooh,
on Malo's
the
screen,
Sarams
trying to
are
get the
getting through
choke
there.
win. Oh, that's close.
That was a little too close. And Mao is also up significantly on farms as well. One thing to note.
This was a really
And-
stalled game with Mir. I'm not sure if they want to come back for the rerush. Jake is going to come back for the rerush. Look at this.
And even here, like they're both going kind of Moabs and Maulers and stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe I'm just biased, but I would even go kind of ODS and
Big boost from Jake. 2 more F Moabs plus F Sarams underneath, trying to get the win.
Yeah, it's just not
Balloon
enough. It's
impact from Mao.
just microing right
Oh,
now.
naturals becoming an issue.
It'll catch him. It'll catch him. It'll be fine.
In order to defend that, Mao sold all of his aces.
Oh, this is
and
all
now
out. This
round
is all
19
out.
all out.
Just GZ.
4, 5,
just
6
GZ.
F
He has
Moabs.
GZ money. He has GZ money, surely.
Got a ground
I
zero
think he
this
has-
one. No, with Mir. He's got
I
a
think
ground
he has
zero
GZ
it.
money. Yeah,
Oh, there he
GZ
goes.
money
There he goes.
easily.
Gets it. What a play. Coming back again is Jake, though. He wants more. He wants more blood. He smells blood. He wants to get it. Assassin coming on the F Moab. Gotta clean up the F Sarams and the Zebras. Does that clean up just fine. Now an F Moab headed back Jake's way. Can he defend this? He doesn't have the Moab Assassin right here. Desperately trying to get the defense. Now a boost on Jake's side of the screen. The inside's that F Moab racing to the exit, but not fast enough. Jake still defending here. Taking care of the natural Moab, and somehow he's still in this game with me after sending the whole shooting works to Mao.
Yeah, I think one F Moab was a good send there from Mao after getting that defend, but I don't really like sending 2 of them. I think you kind of force the
BFB
same amount of
boosted from
reaction.
Mao. Can those insides get through? Big question here. Can Jake stay in this game? Racing around to the exit, but not going to be an issue here. Jake staying in the game. Now sending back at Mao. It's a regular BFB.
They're just kind of draining themselves right now. I feel like they should, like, this is going to be crazy to say, but I feel like they're so safe right now that they could be ecoing. Like, if you can afford GZ, then, you know, it's basically going, you know, at least to FCOMGs or maybe even around 30.
I think you're right with me. I think when these guys were able to defend, right, I mean, they still have a lot of defense on their screen. You know, just because they're drained doesn't mean they should keep sending rushes. And nonetheless, look at this. More rushing from Jake headed Mao's way. BFB, F Moab, tight lights underneath.
It's just not good.
Working.
And he's just getting up free defense right now. And what I mean by free defense is, you know, let's say Jake spent 2, 3, 4,000 on tight leads, and then Mao spends it on a recursive. Well, now he just, you know, for the value of those leads, he just has that defense.
Jake firing back. Even more BFBs. He's trying to do this with me because Mao sold defense in order to fund his XX4 farm.
He's going for Spectre, which I like. I like the going for Spectre here. I think these bombs. It's interesting that Mao is leaning so heavily on bomb in this composition because I think bomb's pretty useless in this composition other than round 13. But he's been leaning on it. Oh, not Spectre actually, just a boosted Never Miss, which is a good play.
Boosted XX3 Ace, able to keep up the farm. And this is looking more and more grim for Jake as time goes on. Unfortunately, as he sent more and more rushes with me, I think he's forced himself in a situation where he's got to commit to the rush in order to have a chance at winning this game. And even still, look at this. Mao firing back at Jake with a regular ZOMG.
Regular is interesting because I assumed that they would send a ramped FCOMG at some point because it's actually kind of hard to defend. You know, you need a bunch of overdrive, or not overdrives, a bunch of, you know, top path ODSs and like a GZ, maybe a Spectre, and all this stuff to defend ramped FCMG. Oh, now we're seeing a ramped FCMG. Okay, the first one's just fodder. Yeah, he knows. I mean, Mao knows that this is going to be tough for Jake to defend. Even if Jake survives this, he's going to have absolutely no money. And he's probably
Jake's going for Spectre. Jake going for Spectre, popping the first UMG. DDT is available from either player if they want to go for it. I don't think they're going to exercise it, though, because, again, ETN 10 on the board, if necessary. Look
Jake
at this! Jake's going to go for it!
But he can just micro. He can just micro. Assassins.
Back to the Assassins, yeah.
But he's...
Go to the exit!
Wait!
Oh,
But he sent so many that he couldn't just micro because it took, you know, the bomb priority onto the F DDTs versus the lead one that he sent. Being unfortified, so I think it messed up the targeting. Is that what happened there?
That's the best explanation right there. I mean, that's just shocking right there. I mean, you know, that doesn't happen if you spam the
662 trophies. Jesus, dude. Oh. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying, Laser?
I mean, that definitely doesn't happen if you spam enough 3XX aces, but you know, hindsight's 2020. Those aces are really expensive. I don't blame Mao at all for trying to micro assassin, especially in a drain game like that, right?
What I was thinking too was just micro assassin, but I think he was just a little too slow.
Yeah.
So happens. I mean, that's the thing is that, like, you know, I think Jake was being outplayed, and that's how a lot of my games versus Mao and Cologne go too. It's like, I'm being outplayed by them. I'm being outplayed by them. I'm down. And then you just send them some random little choky rush, and sometimes you kind of get the win. So
yeah,
it happens.
I mean, that's what happens in these drain games with Mir. You know, again, when you get down and you start rushing, right? The best response is just keep rushing. Just hope something gets through, right? So Jake understood the assignment right there. Unfortunate for Mao that he lost the game in that manner. We've definitely seen some really close losses, some really shocking losses, but you know, you gotta get back up and keep fighting for another day. We are on to B sites, which surely this game will have some exciting things happen in the mid-20 rounds.
And we're seeing, okay, I mean, I think we're gonna see some ridiculous ace micro come out right here.
This is going to be wild to watch with me. I love Ace Monkey.
I think it's just going to be the double. Sees the double, so he keeps it on the left side. I think he's going to try to keep it on that left path by Ace Micro at the bottom there and then the top here. Oh, he didn't do it. Okay, he's just doing single micro. Okay, I mean, maybe not. Anyway, we'll see what he does with Ace. I think he knows what he's doing, though.
He goes. Yep, gets up to 200. That's actually 282 eco that Mao's up to. So the eco counter actually does bug out sometimes with Mirror.
Interesting.
Yep. But I do know that the Ace eco numbers, you can go to 282 eco with Ace.
So
and still get your
going for
round
sharper
one.
darts first, which is interesting.
So maybe he's aiming for 203 Nevamis?
I guess I could see that. Yeah, Nevamis with the D camo from ETN, and then you know, Bieber.
Yeah.
Kind of
So I
like
think,
a sub without the sub.
This micro pattern is really interesting here from Mao. You see occasionally he's able to micro it so that he keeps the ace entirely within the upper quadrant.
Oh, see, that's what he was doing the micro there that I thought he was going to be doing, which is kind of this double micro at the top and the bottom of the H there, just to keep it on that left side.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah, that's like, it's just the traditional micro, but just you kind of have to do it in a rhythm and do it twice. Instead of just once. So it is like significantly harder to execute, because if you get the ace out of the little rhythm that it can get into and it gets slightly off the rhythm and then kind of starts pulling more and more and then you just start falling
Boosted
behind.
whites headed Mao's way. Sorry to interrupt with Mir.
Yeah, you're good. I think he's fine here. I guess he does go for a tower boost. And what is going on here? Okay, he's going for Nevamis.
Going for Nevamis.
I guess he's fine.
Yeah. Need to correct you on the sequence right there. Yeah, so Jake boosted and then Mao finally decided to boost back in response. He is fine. Maybe with one or two more trickle leaks, but now on to round 6. I think he needs to cross.
Jake has a farm up too. That's one thing. I mean, like you just got to think that having a farm up, using the Dart Tower, like these are good things.
Yeah, I'm concerned that Jake could just amass such a great advantage in this early game with Mir that you know, okay, it's cool that Mao has the funny ace tower, but he's just gonna get outmoneyed and just lose outright just on being broke.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be surprised if Jake loses this game. I think he's gonna send some good little rushes here and there, and he's gonna have a lot of money to do it, and he's gonna be pretty unkillable because he's gonna have Dart. So I don't know what is his third. Do we know what his third is? What he's been running?
It's a good question here. I mean, you could run Dark Glue Farm on this map if you really wanted to. I mean, I saw Freelo running that on this map.
I guess Glue. So. Yeah, you could run Glue. I could even see like him running something like Tack, just having like a pocket mail.
Regen Zebra is headed Jake's way right here. He's gonna force the 3xx start.
He gets the Spolt up. And they're tied in farms now, which I find interesting. I feel like Jake could have pushed to try to go for that third farm that I was telling you about earlier, but
I think if he really wanted to, he could. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Leads headed Mao's way. Interesting move right here.
Does ETN steal AMD? I wonder. Probably doesn't.
About to find out. Check rush from Mao headed Jake's way. Gonna force the Juggernaut. Mao wanted a boost from Jake in response. He boosted that rush instantly. Not able to get the response he wanted. Oh, Camo Purples! Both players' ways! Mao is going to be down to the Camo Purples on his side of the screen. They both sent Camo Purples at the same time. Jake was prepared, Mao was not, and Jake takes the series 2-0.
Yeah, he just had a little bit of camo popping power with his dart, so I don't think he necessarily reacted like in time. It's just that he had some innate camo detection already in his strategy, and you know he had the ETN level 3 and like a crossbow I think down, so he was just able to hold on a little longer.
Really good heads up play there from Jake. You know, Mao was definitely in a situation where he had to have the 2400 there for the for ETN, right?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess it is worth. I mean, I was saying earlier, I don't know how worth it is, but I mean, I guess it wasn't worth against a strat that had a little bit of camo, like we saw with Jake's and the dart and some of that stuff. But when Mao had no camo whatsoever, I think we're seeing it's definitely worth.
Yeah. So Jake is on to the finals. We see the brackets. We don't know who is playing in the semifinals right now because at least you can't see in the Twitch chat because we got to scroll up on that page a little bit. But really action-packed games that we've seen so far. We've seen a lot of interesting round 12 base play with Mir, all centering around trying to greed out that ETN 7, right? And we've seen a lot of drain games. A lot of drain. We have not seen a game go to round 30 where both the players were not broke as heck.
Yeah, I mean, these games are ending early. I think people are still kind of trying to get comfortable and develop flowcharts, and I think that's when you start really seeing it go later. But I guess this early in the season, when people are out of their elements and there's so many towers banned, I guess it leads to a little bit quicker, more exciting matches. And we see Jake going on to the finals. Going to play the winner of Ninjais and You're Here.
That'll be fun to watch. Do we have eyes on Freelo and Ninjais yet?
It's Jake earning that 2 seed, going all the way to the finals.
He's definitely earning his money right here.
Looks like Freelo is coding up Mr. Ninjais.
Yep.
Is it too late to join? No, Yellow. You just message Emil. He'll probably be able to squeeze you in.
Two
ETN
former
can't get out buffed. Okay.
two former top 1 players about to go hard at it here. And again,
Popology at Yellow, bruh.
Again, I gotta tell you, with Mir, I'm loving what Freelo's been doing so far in this tournament. Obviously, we haven't seen the gameplay unfold just yet, but even though Ninjais has got a bunch of those T1 medals under his belt, don't count don't count Freelo out.
Yeah, Freelo can kind of get under Ninjais' skin. He's one of, I'd say, an exclusive group of people who can really irritate Ninjais and make him uncomfortable. So we'll see if he's able to kind of, knock off Ninjais here, get him a little uncomfortable, get him on his back foot, maybe mix him up a little bit and get him out of his comfort zone, which I think You're Here is able to do more than a lot of players.
Ninjais started off with ETN immediately, and you see Freelo actually layering on the reds that he sent at the start, trying to get some life leaks early. Not sure how effective that's going to be. Gonna get
Maybe he's just going
ETN.
for ETN, but yeah, I think he said too many blues there. I mean he probably doesn't have the eco numbers. I mean, it's come on, it's a new hero.
You can go to, I think if you get 130 dart with Mir, you can reliably go to 276, 277 eco without too much problems. Green eco from Freelo headed Ninjais' way. I don't like that move.
Yeah, just a little overambitious, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, you can get your farm down earlier, which Freelo is going to be able to do that, but that does bite you by the time you get to like round 7, round 8. And he did not get anything from Ninjais for that.
And he does slow his eco. Ninjais is doing a little bit of layering with the blues and the yellows over top, so he's going to get a couple leaks. Not that many, though. I don't know if it's worth it.
Both players with the farm up, now headed into round 4. Pink's coming out. And this is where your dart spot's got to be good in order to handle these pinks, because if the dart spot's not good, then you have to place another dart to kind of make sure that the trickle leaking doesn't get out of control.
Ninjais does place another dart. He's a full farm upgrade behind, which is, I would say, noteworthy.
That's not going to be a big deal for me with Mir. I think Ninjais is actually he's doing better in the income game.
So you just have eco, yeah.
Yeah. So let's check the eco number. I'm going to check Ninjais' eco right here. And his estimated eco right now is about, give me a second here, actually. I want to think that he's up by, like, oh, wow. He's got, like, 300 and, they're actually kind of even on eco right now.
Yeah,
you know what it is?
Ninjais has to be up a little bit, just because I've been watching the way they're ecoing. And, like, Freelo stopped it a little bit to get his farm down.
All right. Yeah, I want to think Ninjais should be able to take the income lead here at about, like, round 8. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Freelo's probably going to, he's going to go for the second farm here. He's going to get it down before round 7, which is nice, because he'll get the extra banana. And Ninjais is not going to be able to afford that. That's why I think it was actually a misplay for Ninjais to there, because when you're behind in farms, I think typical
Yellow's headed
kind of
Ninjais' way.
He'll use level 3 here and be fine. I think it's a typical thing where you want to kind of match the farms, whereas I think it would have been a better play for Najais in round 6 there instead of trying to match the 200 farm to actually get the 000 down before round 7.
Round 8 incoming, and you see more yellows incoming from Ninjayas. Both players
Kind
right
of
now
force.
without ETN 3, but they should have it back in time for round 9.
Which could be a good pressure round.
Yeah. Could be. I mean, if you play it right, you might be able to get a 3xx start out of your opponent. Let's see how they play it. Freelo wants to send the zebras. Ninja is already reacting with the 3xx start. Freelo hasn't reacted just yet. I think he's waiting for ETN 3 to come back out. No, he's look at that.
He's
No
fine. I
action
guess
from
the 2
Freelo.
trips and the crossbow. He's getting the glue down now.
Yeah, I might not have been a fan of the greens from Freelo on round 2, but he's put himself back in this game there, forcing that dart from Ninjayas, getting the farm lead. Now round 11 incoming. Let's see if Ninjayas wants to rush. Freelo wants to rush. Lots of zebras. Ninjayas has to abort his rush attempt.
Ooh, those are going a little bit
Ooh.
far. He's boosting.
Ninjayas
Is that
going to boost to
enough? Does he
defend.
need a dart to clean up down there?
Oh, look at this! Coming back for
Amos.
more is Freelo. And look at this! Ninjayas coming back with some boosted camo zebras.
Okay, they're both rushing. They're both rushing a lot.
Yeah, Freelo doesn't have any farms anymore. Gonna come back with regen rainbows to win the game. Ninjayas
double
off boost,
jug and
double
glue
jugs.
hose. That defends,
Purple's headed
surely,
Freelo's
right?
way.
Surely that
Ship
defends.
darts on Freelo's screen to try and defend. He's gonna get
Oh, the
overwhelmed.
counter.
He's gonna lose the rushing race. Ninjayas is going to win the game by rushing before he gets defeated by Freelo's rush. Actually, I think he was defending Freelo's rush
I think
anyways
he was
with
defending
her.
anyway. Yeah, he won that game a couple different ways.
Yep. Wins the game on both offense and defense and takes game 1 of this 3-game series.
It was well played. Classic little Ninjais game right there.
Are you surprised that they went for the rush on round 11?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that Freelo went for it because I feel like Freelo thinks, he needs to knock Ninjais off of his, element, like, send him that type of thing. I think it was good, and I'm not surprised that Freelo sent it. I am surprised that Ninjais sent something near here, though. But, I mean, I guess it was good because it, forced defense, forced boost, and then, you kind of get the re-rush from around 12 angle and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think we're seeing that in this meta with ETN that these 11, 12, 13 are rounds that you want to pressure. You don't want to just AFK and let them greed and then naturally get the hero levels and just get up a Roth and just, have $3,000 worth of defense going into round 17, I think.
Right.
I think that's how you lose against ETN is probably my understanding.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely have to. I think top players should definitely study the film on that game when this one's all said and done. So, is that bracket correct? Do we have confirmation that Ninjayas did win the series 2-0?
It looks like I guess maybe we missed the first game.
Probably. But we are about to see Ninjayas versus Jake in that case.
And I mean, nobody has a good win rate versus Ninjayas, right? Like, I guess maybe a couple people do. Like, I think Cologne randomly has a pretty good win rate versus him, and maybe a couple other people. But I don't think Jake has a great one. I think it's about the same as mine, which is not that good. So I think Ninjayas is the heavy favorite here, but Jake's been playing well. He knows how to sneak some wins in there and send some little sneaky rushes that might catch Ninjayas off guard. So we'll see how it goes.
I think Ninjayas can win if he's able to play a little, maybe a little, I don't know, off kilter, just try and catch Jake by surprise. Because that's actually my concern that I have with Mir. I'm concerned that Jake could get caught off surprise if we get put in a non-meta situation. Say we get put in a drain situation. Say we get put in a greed defense situation, right? I am concerned that Jake, may misjudge and just get the defense wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a max drain, I mean, I think Ninjayas, that's not where he's strongest either. I mean, I think you kind of want to make it more drainy, though, in my opinion, versus Ninjayas, because, if you just let him get infinite money, that's where he's most comfortable. You don't want to let him go around 30 with infinite money. You're not winning versus Ninjayas like that, so.
So again, waiting for the setup here on this match. I think also another thing too
Is
is
this
that
best of 5, by the way, too?
yep, this
You
will be
know?
best of 5. So
Okay.
now Ninjas could also get caught out here on Greed Defense. So there's definitely an angle where if you send one of those boundary line rushes with Mir, right? That Ninjas he's normally really good with Greed Defense, right? But I will say recently, if you've seen some of his game, right, he's been just a little bit off on some of that Greed Defense. So
It can happen. It's hard to accurately judge it in real time every time.
yeah. And when you're playing at a high level, that's kind of what you have to do. You kind of have to judge it in real time, right? When the game's close, you have to defend efficiently, right?
Yeah, and then if you don't judge it, you overreact. If you underreact, then you lose the game. If
Yep.
you overreact, then it's like you kind of probably lose the game
Yeah.
later. Actually, if you sold a plant or something to mail and you didn't need to.
So yeah, I
Starting
think
off the ETN.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be a Dart Glue farm mirror. And I think with mirror, I think when we look at this game, we're going to have to use some of that knowledge base that we learned from Freelo versus Ninjas earlier in this tournament and kind of see how they approach, again, the round 11, round 12, round 13 sequence, right? How can they keep their farms up, right? How do they not get drained? How do they drain the opponent? Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm really interested to see. I think this game will pretty much be won by like round 13, round 14.
Oh, yeah.
It'll just be like kind of a posturing until then, to say like, what upgrades you're gonna get, what am I gonna force out of you, what rushes you're gonna send, and then by then I think we'll know pretty well who's in a winning position.
Do you think there's any value or maybe any credence, any credit to maybe one of these players just turtling up, say on round 10, and just pre-buying some essential defense?
I mean, I don't like pre-buying. Like, for one thing, they have I guess they both have the ETN ability where they can spy. Right? So I
Right.
mean, yeah, I think you have fair warning if you're gonna get rushed. So I definitely don't like the idea of pre-buying, but the idea of turtling up, I think, is definitely something that the Giants could do here.
Yeah, things get really interesting here because I think with just me watching these games so far, right? The one thing that I don't quite understand right now is, if you're in one of these dark glue farm mirrors, right? And you're in a situation where you're floating cash, your opponent's floating cash, right? It's round 10, right? What do you do, right? Do you drain? Do you passive, right? I think that's a question that I don't know how to answer right now. So,
So it just depends on how much defense you can force out with how small of a rush that you can send. Because you don't want to put yourself behind, because the rush doesn't work out, then they get defense, they're good for a while, and then they can buy farms and all sorts of stuff. So it's just risky business. I really don't think it's going to be worth for them to rush here. Like I think Nagias is almost certainly going to passive here, but we'll see if Jake sends something.
both players with they have slightly different crossbow spots. Not really too much to comment on here, though. Fairly even-Steven game, right? Just kind of watching the farms here. I think that's a big thing here, watching the farms, just trying to see what either player is doing. Now, the fact that they're going for blacks over whites with Mir signals to me that I think they're anticipating that this game going a little bit longer, right?
Yeah, and they just don't want to give up the eco lead. Both of them trickle leaking. I'm trying to watch and see who's trickle leaking more, because you mentioned those different dark spots. But
Yeah.
honestly, like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like either of them are working out with their dart spots.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to run dart on this map, because the problem here is that the trip dart spot, you see the trip dart spot, right? It's doing whatever. It's doing all right. But look at Ninjas. He's leaking a little bit to the purples, right? Down to 50 lives from 70 after getting some purples his way, and he's going to have to react actually with the glue gunner. Look at this. Because that's too much.
Third farm. Jake gets it down as well.
The insight here with Mir. Oh, look at this. Sorry to interrupt. Zebras, Jake's way, gonna ETN 3 again. The dart spots they're a little bit I don't know, just a little weak.
Yeah, and they're both getting up their glues now, getting ready for round 11, trying to get a glue hose down, I presume, and then jug. I think they are going to rush, because like they don't have enough defense. Yeah, Jake
Yeah,
rushed.
Ninjais is setting up. Look at this. Faking the rush. Oh, he faked
Oh.
out the glue hose from Jake.
Classic Ninjais, just ecoing and trying to force defense with eco. That's funny.
Ammo Purple's headed Ninjais' way. He's just going to buy the ETN 7. I'm not really sure why Jake went for that, because he knew that Ninjais was floating 3k at the time. Although, with me, I think the only reason that you'd want to make that sort of move is if you wanted to re-rush and force farm cells. And look at this!
Rush coming in.
Rush coming
he
in!
Just buys a jug. He was floating jug money.
Yeah, he has to boost since he only
Did
has
he
one
have to
jug.
boost?
Yeah, he only has one jug. That was going to Rico farm. I think he had to boost there. Ballsy move from Ninjais, sells into the plantation, doesn't have boost for a re-rush if Jake wants to try it.
Oh, he needs to sell. Oh, he needs to sell.
Yeah,
He
he's
needs,
got to
like,
sell
2
into double
jugs,
jug.
maybe. Oh, come on, get the jug. Okay, you got the jug. Oh, he's fine. Double jug's fine.
And now a big
Okay.
re-rush headed Jake's way. This is to tick the game right here. Jake going to boost, but he doesn't have a single jug on his screen. Rico farm is going to overwhelm him here if he doesn't take action. ETN 3 coming out, got the single jug on screen, again trying to tear away at that Rico farm, just barely takes care of it.
He's fine, looks like.
Ninjais' greed was very calculated with Mir because even though he did get re-rushed and even though he did have to farm sell, he did not have to sell the plant. That was such a huge moment in this game with Mir.
And he's cross path right now on Ninja's side, not on Jake's. I think he has farm lead and he has eco lead.
Yeah. That was really well played.
Yeah, it's just crushing because now Ninjais is just going to keep on ecoing and ecoing and ecoing. And looks like he's saving up right now. Maybe he's sending a Moab.
He's floating, yeah, because Moabs are going to be a big...
He's waiting for, because he knew Jake was going to send. He's
Yep.
so good at predicting his opponents and what they're going to pressure him with.
I mean, Jake's behind, so you know he's going to take that rushing angle right here. ETN 3 going to try and clean up on these Cerams.
He's not doing well, yeah. I mean, the
Yeah.
crossbow, like, I don't know if it was not on the right targeting or not in a good spot, but...
He might have to sell. Oh, look at this! Ninja is coming back! Boosted Moab headed Jake's way. Jake needs to defend this right here somehow. That Moab getting very far. He's going to defend. I think Jake needs to come back here, though. Again, Ninja is currently off boost. This is his best opportunity to get to him. Try and force that plant cell, maybe. Force a glue storm usage. But none of that coming from Jake. He's just floating, he's floating, and now he's going to eco again.
I'm surprised if Ninja doesn't re-rush here.
That's also, that's also a surprise. I think,
He could probably force that plant cell, like you were saying.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, he could just threaten it by saving.
Without it, but...
Now boosting the F Moab. Ninja is also getting an F Moab his way. 2 F Moabs on Jake's screen, 1 on Ninja's screen. How will Ninja's respond? How will Jake respond?
Oh, come on, a Super Monkey fan club? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I guess
Ninja is going to defend. Can Jake defend? With all the farm cells, he does defend, but now he's going to get some tight leads his way. And another F Moab. The Super Monkey fan club going to expire. Now Jake needs to micro that. Can he get a farm up before round 20? If he doesn't, he's in big trouble. Ninjais is going to get the XX3 farm. Jake also going to do it. Still has to deal with an F Moab, however. The glue somehow is going to clean up on that F Moab. What a play from Jake to at least stay in this game. Ninjais having to deal with the natural Moab on his side of the screen. Sends an FBFB Jake's way. Oh, but look at those natural balloons. Those natural balloons are going to be an issue for Jake. And now he has to deal with an R-Rod as well. Look at this, round 21. Got those regen balloons becoming an issue. Needs a Super Monkey fan club, but that Super Monkey fan club coming while it's out of range of the FBFB. Jake needs a solution here for when this FBFB pops into Moabs. He's going to send Moabs Ninjais' way, but Ninjais is going to ETN 10 to defend. Meanwhile, Jake, microing Super Monkey fan club, not going to defend the F Moab, loses the game, and Ninjais goes up.
And he uses the glue emote. Yeah, I mean, that was well played by Ninjais. I mean, he just thoroughly mirrored him and outplayed him. You know, it's just brutal playing against him sometimes. Jeez.
That was really good money management from Ninjais during those rushing rounds with Mir. The way that he was able to just completely calculate out the defense. I think he has the defense down pat. You know, when you get one jug and that 2-3-0 glue, right, it seems you can reliably defend on boost. And if you get that rush off boost, well, that's fine. Just get a second jug, right? Get that ETN 3 going, and you seem solid defense, solid defensive formation.
Yeah, solid defense, did throw, kind of, hit him with some good pressure rushes too, and some good drain rushes, and
Mm.
it was just really solid, comfortable play. It's like he's been playing this strategy. I don't know how much he's been grinding this season, but I mean, it looks like he has a lot of hours on this strat.
I think he's been doing a great job of picking up on the nuances of glue in particular. So again, conventional wisdom when we've been playing with glue with Mir is that the 2-3-0 glue is generally dangerous to have on screen because by itself it does regrow farm quite a bit. But when you combine it with Juggernaut, right, you slow those balloons down and allow Juggernaut to kind of do its thing and use up all of its Pierce, so it gets its maximum Pierce cap DPS, and it's pretty good when it on P cap DPS.
Yeah, that's one of those towers where you're almost never getting to utilize the full DPS of it. So that's what a lot of it comes down to, and I guess glue helps unlock that.
Game 2 coming up with Ninja's up 1-0 after, again, a good sequence on Koru. Now we see... Wow, is this going to be Ace Bomb Farm versus Druid Alk Farm?
It looks like it, and I mean, you have to favor, because the thing about like AFE is you do have some things like trap money and especially overclock tier 5 farms,
Right.
that say in any sort of farm mirror that you're probably going to have a lot more money, but Jake doesn't have either of those things since NG is banned and he's probably using bomb. So I think the rubber to gold money is actually going to be a huge advantage for Ninja's here. So, I mean, he's probably going to have the money advantage, and he just wants to go late. I think going late is actually in Ninja's favor here, just because he's going to be able to, either shut down eco from Jake completely, or just turn all of his eco into rubber to gold money, in which case he probably has more money the later the game goes.
Right. So I'm gonna voice a concern here that I have with Ace on this map here on Ruins, and the concern I have with Mir is that you can buy 1-3-0 Ace for round 5 on this map, and it will start leaking to spaced whites and spaced blacks. Heck, even 2-3-0 can have trickle leak problems. So I am concerned that Jake is not going to be able to get good farms in the early game here, unless maybe he does some magical micro here. You see, he is trying to micro the Ace in such a way to stay on that bottom quadrant, the bottom right quadrant of this map.
Yeah, he's just trying to keep in that little circle there. I think he'll do generally fine. He'll get Bomber Ace up here during round 5. Oh, he goes ahead and gets it up. Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
there you
that's
go.
an 0-3-0 Ace, so. But, I mean, surely he needs 1-3-0, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to try and greed out round 5 here without getting that cross path, and then maybe cross path in on round 6, because he has ETN 3, so there's ETN 3 coming out, and that'll help with the cleanup here on these white balloons.
Yeah.
Doing a really good job of microing that Ace with Mir. I'm impressed.
Jake's been he's been getting a lot better. I mean, he really, really has. He's been putting a lot of, like, a couple seasons ago, he started playing meta versus like Bodalk's back and all that sort of nonsense, and Bodalk Ninja and garbage like that, and he put all that away and said, you know what, I'm going to start learning meta, and he's been grinding it for like 2 or 3 seasons now. And been placing pretty high on the leaderboards. He knows what he's doing. I mean, obviously he's not Ninja's level, and he's not like top. I don't think rated, but I think he's possibly a bit underrated, even though he's been top 10. People don't know that. I mean, he's pretty clean with a lot of towers. Knows how to play a lot of strategies pretty well.
Yeah, he's definitely been a solid player. Again, had a really good run last season. Now, we haven't commented too much on Ninja's side of the stream, but he did get up the 202 Druid and leaked down to 50 live. So I assume he has all of his Druid leaks in, just kind of playing comfortably. We'll probably have to get 203 Druid, if not on round 7, then which is right now, then on round 9, maybe round 8 with the purples. Let's see here.
Yeah, okay,
here we go.
We'll get ETN 3 out.
Yeah, so ETN 3 again, trying to delay that purchase as much as possible. Think you can get this third 200 farm up, and then get the Druid of Wrath ready for round 9.
And they're both going triple farms, and it's a pretty stalled game. So, I mean, I think, honestly, like, this definitely favors Ninja's, I think, with the stall and everything. And he's so comfortable in these later games, too. Knows how to greed. We'll see if he goes. I'm interested to see if either of them go for a plant here, or a third tier.
A lot of floating money happening around here. But yeah, there you go.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at that.
Mangias does. I was thinking he probably would.
I wonder if Jake has Jake's floating cash like he could do it if he really wanted to.
But Jake doesn't want to. Jake's too scared of the rush coming in, having a boost, and he still needs some defense up.
No, he wanted to rush Ninja's. Look at this.
This is not
He
gonna work.
didn't. No, he got the boost. He got the boost. Oh, this is big right here.
I don't know, man. I mean, he just gets up a stronger stem for a rerush, like a 4-2-0 Alk, right? He
Ammo
gets the camo
purples
up right
getting
here.
the ETN 7 buy is Ninja's, but Ninja's going to be off boost for round 13. Let's see if Jake can do a drain here on round 13. I'm not sure if he can kill on round 13, but maybe he can get that plant cell. Let's see it.
Ooh,
Will
and
he
he's gonna
rush?
be able to get those Alks up too for the extra DPS in like around 13, which is actually really nice.
He is going to rush right here. Lots of regen rainbows from Jake. He needs to get a plant cell here,
This
I
is
think,
pretty
from
much an all
Ninja's.
out. This is pretty much an all out. Ninja's needs to sell that farm.
Oh, Ninja's ready to die.
dies.
He's not going to die. He's going to die.
He didn't take it seriously enough. He didn't react quickly enough.
This is what I was talking about with Mir at the start of this stream. I told you, Druid Alk, you can push through it if you send enough. And Jake just showed us how to do it, tying up the series. What a rush sequence, dude. That was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ninja is, like, if you give him another opportunity to defend that rush with the amount of money that he had, with the plant, with the, 2-0 farms and everything, like, I think he very easily could have defended that rush with the amount of money he had. He just kind of underestimated. I think he overestimated his towers. His towers just didn't do enough, and he's like, oh shoot, I need more, and he started spamming like balls of light and stuff, and it's just,
Yeah.
he was just underestimated it.
Yeah, it's part of that. I think Ninja he's a greeter, right? He likes greeting, right? And you saw that to the bitter end because Ninja has never sold his plant. I mean, he just felt that was too important. He just felt that, and he definitely did feel that even on the rerush that he wasn't gonna get killed outright. And
yeah, but you can't. I guess the thing is, there's some scenarios like that where you have to realize that if you defend that rush, it's basically game over, right?
Right.
So that's basically an all-in, and so you just gotta. And I've still got to do a better job recognizing that type of thing too. But just recognizing that that's an all-in, and if you sell and defend this, then you pretty much just win the game.
So we have a classic last season meta strategy here from Jake. Well, sorry, that's Ninja's on the left. We need a name swap here, Emil. So there you go, Fedora from Ninja's. On the right, Jake is playing with Boomer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking Ninja's here. I think that Boomer kind of sucks on this map. I mean, it gets pestered early with some layers and in terms of like the super early game here too, and it's just kind of expensive. You can rush it round 11 and then round 13 and force pretty good investment out of it. And I just think that Dart is so good on this map. Like this Dart farms back. I'm interested to see. I mean, maybe Jake, I didn't expect him in the last game, and he did. So, maybe he pulls something out. I'm interested to see what he could pull out in this game to shock Ninja's and break through.
So, yeah, I think the, I don't know, man. With Mir, this is like the third or fourth time I've seen Boomer ETN in this tournament, and I'm just not particularly impressed with it. I'm not sold on the Boomer ETN combo. At least not without a tower that can do some good camo damage, and the spike factory ain't cutting it with me. I don't like what Spike is, how Spike is helping out. I don't like how it's not. I just don't like it,
Yeah, I haven't been that impressed by it. Oh my gosh.
Oh no! And there you go. That's why I don't like Boomer ETN. Jake's down. And Ninja's is up 2-0 in this. I was just 2-1 in the series. I was just looking away, and he just died to air.
Oh my gosh, dude! He died to the space banks. He tried to go for the 0-0-0 farm before, and that's the thing about going Boomer farm on that map too. Is like a lot of people end up just running Boomer Eco because it's really hard, like I said, in the early rounds to not leak with Boomer until you get up either that bio. And so I think that's what leads to eco, is that if you can't get up that farm before you get up that third tier boomer, then you might as well just play eco. And Jake tried to squeeze on that farm and could not with ETN. I think with Fedora or something, he could have fit that farm in, but
Yeah.
Quincy, Fedora, something with a little more DPS, but.
Yeah, I was really really not well informed there. Emil, you got to update the score because that is Ninjalis up 2-1 in the series.
Jake paid Emil to fix the game.
He's paying attention. Yeah, he's pretty good at paying attention here. So, game point here for Ninjalis. Now we know that Jake can. He can play a competitive game here, right? He's just got to shake off this error, the game losing error of the last game.
Yeah, you gotta just forget that game happened. You gotta move on. You can't you can't get too worked up about losing and dying round 4. I mean, I know it sucks, but you know what I mean. Like, guys. Oh, I was just wait. Is he talking about us or is he talking about? I'm not sure. Or he's talking about the chat. 'Cause there's some weird stuff going on in chat too.
Yeah, chat's gone like absolutely like low IQ right now. So, just not worry about it. Let's get back to the match right here. So you see, we're starting off with ETN from both players, and we see the dart from Ninjalis on the right. Emil, you got to swap the names here as well. This is confusing as hell. But anyways, Ninjalis is on the right side of the screen, and Jake is on the left side of the screen. Jake is playing with the tac shooter.
So I guess we're seeing tac bomb farm coming through again, which is interesting, I suppose. I feel like tac bomb farm is just kind of saying I would really like to be running tac farm mortar, but mortar is banned, so I'm gonna run tac bomb farm.
You know that one clip from SpongeBob where Squidward is wearing that little pin, right?
Yeah.
Man, I really wish I was playing tac mortar farm right now.
But he cannot. So I feel like Ninjalis though is embracing the meta a bit more. Actually, running an ETN strategy, like a real one, and this could theoretically. I think this is like the pinnacle of ETN strategies. What we're seeing on the right. I think, like I said, on the left, we're seeing Jake do this because he's not allowed to play what he wants to play, but. Ninjalis, I think we have
no. That's that trip dart spot's not doing good. It's occasionally missing. Look at that. He's picking up a lot of trickle leaks here. Now he's gonna set it to a different targeting here, but he's still taking quite a few leaks.
Does that work? I guess that works. Look how it like kind of catches.
Oh, a boost from Jake. He's gonna test Ninjalis, trying to tie the series up.
I'm surprised Ninjalis didn't counter boost there. I feel like he definitely should have. He's down to 19. You don't want to leak this low.
I mean, Jake has a chance here to really put some pressure on Ninjalis around 12.
I mean, 12? This is just like, and now he can't fit a glue. Like he didn't think through his defense. Actually,
this is not looking good.
His spots aren't quite working. His trip is still on first. I don't know if he still wants that on first. I don't know, man. I don't like leaking out of 12. I would have rather used a boost there and just felt a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, so the one bit of solace is that he's not playing against Jericho, so he can at least kind of just chill for now. I'm surprised that he didn't get his trip darts back to last, because now that he's dealing with these slower space black balloons, that trip dart isn't going to have any issues that it was having earlier with not being able to hit the balloons properly. You see, oh, look at this, a boost from Jake!
This is good, this is good,
now
this is good, that's good pressure.
Yeah, Ninjalis doesn't have much of a choice here but to boost back. Actually, ETN 3s as well, sorry.
Yeah, obviously, the thing that's just resonating to me right now is that this strat sucks. Like, see how much he's struggling. Like, he's not going to get a plant. He is going to go for his second farm, which is interesting because Jake could re-rush some yellows here. Send some regions, maybe, some yellows. Yeah. We'll see. He's down boost and no ETN 3. Just saying.
Down boost, no ETN 3. He's gonna get access to ETN 3 and the boost for just a couple seconds into round 9, it looks like. This is gonna be interesting here. Again, Ninjalis, again, he's a greeter. He just greeted out 2x200 farms. I think Jake has to come back with some pressure, but he instead decided to greed with the plant. Yeah.
Ninjalis has already removed 3 obstacles as well, which I find that interesting, right? Like, that's a lot.
Yeah, so the big thing here with Mir is that Ninjayas is not going to have enough money to get mandatory defense for round 11. It's just straight up not going to happen. But does Jake have enough floating money to punish? You see he's floating about 2,500 right now. See if he wants to rush. He is going to rush.
He's
Look
rushing.
at this.
Ooh, and that's
Boosted
ETN
camo.
3. Oh, and he boosts as well.
look at
Oh,
that.
gosh.
Boosted reach
And
and
now he needs
Zebras.
ETN level
He's
as
in
well.
trouble. He's in trouble. Got to get the jug here
that-
to have a
is that
chance.
regen
Selling
farming?
his farm.
Oh, that's
It's
regen farming. That's it.
And the series is tied.
No way! No way. I mean, Jake handily outplayed him that game. He still had a plant on the board. Like, that wasn't even a close game. That wasn't even close.
Man.
Jake like did not. I mean, Jake's won a lot of games in this tournament. I'm not gonna lie, but kind of like being down, like against Mawo, like kind of sending some desperation rushes. But he won that game from a position of power.
Yeah, there's never a doubt there that Jake was going to win that game. Really, the thing that stood out to me with Mir was that Ninjayas just kept trying to greed out those farms. Even when he was putting himself in a compromising position, he kept trying to get those farms. He was still ecoing, and he was removing obstacles. And he was trying to give off this impression that, hey, I can still have my essential defense up for round 11. And when the reality was, no, there was no way in heck he was going to have that. Plus, Jake had floating money. It was a match made in heaven for Jake to try that choke rush right there on round 11, get the win, force the deciding game 5 of this series.
Yeah, it's the last game of the tournament, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, we will crown a winner here, either Jake or Ninjayas, and it's the very last game. So, congratulations to whoever wins.
Game, yeah.
It's been a close
Last game of the
series. I mean,
series.
this is going to the last game, so you can't really ask for much more than that.
Yeah. All right.
And we're going here. We're going off tide.
Going
I guess this is a
outside,
really good
yes.
dark map.
Yeah, this will be really good for so if these guys play it right, we might actually see a passive round 11 for once. There's some good dark spots that these guys can pick up here. I think Ninjayas wants to go. Is he going to try and crossbow start here, or no? He's gonna trip dark start.
Trip, yeah.
Yeah.
Trip is a little bit more normal.
So you notice here a lot of RBE on screen right now. These guys probably going to leak to about 130 by the time they get to round 2. There's the option to attack greens on, but I don't think they're going to exercise it just because you want that eco, right? Jake getting his ace up. So he's playing ace. I think he's playing ace bomb farm with Mir.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some success with it. I think it's pretty hard to choke with. I think you have a lot of options to defend a lot of things, and with the cluster you aren't going to choke early, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's decent. I think that Ninjayas definitely has what I feel like is probably ultimately the superior strategy, but it just depends on like how much discipline Ninjayas, he normally has a lot, how much discipline he's going to have, how good he's going to defend, how well he's going to defend, and I think if he goes later he's probably going to win this, because I don't see Ace Bomb Farm having really good value defense for like a round 30 FBAD.
Well, here's my concern with Mir. Let's say we do make it to round 30 and these guys don't get drained, and maybe Ninjayas does put an FBAD on Jake's screen, right? Well, Jake actually has a chance to just counter rush with lots of tight BFBs and potentially just outright just dominate Ninjayas on pure RBE.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't think it's probably going to go that late, to be honest with you. It's sort of just theorizing there, but and we're already seeing a little bit of a farm lead on Ninja's side, just a tiny one.
Well, Jake needs to get Bomber Ace here pretty soon. ETN3 coming out because he needs to take care of these whites right now while he tries to afford the Bomber Ace. Does get the Bomber Ace, but leaks down to 61 lives.
Does that Bomber Ace spot actually work, though, against, like,
It should work.
blacks?
Yeah, it should work. I'm not too concerned about it because it reminds me a lot of the Dino Graveyard kind of ace. The way that it's kind of just going through and taking care of those balloons. So I'm not concerned about Jake and his ability to defend here. So let's watch this wad of black balloons here. Just make sure that he can defend just fine. And yeah, there you go. Look at that. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, I guess it is defending. I don't know how good the spot is. I don't normally see people play ace on this map, to be honest with you.
I think the big thing here with Mir is that just make sure he has to make sure that he has something ready for round 9, whether it's ETN3 or maybe a bomb.
He's down in farms still. Oh, he's down a lot in farms.
Let's see. Okay. He's down a moderate amount in farms. You know, and this is the issue that the concern that I have with Mir. The concern that I have for Jake is that, okay, so hypothetically, if we get into this late game and it's non-drained, right, and maybe he gets an F-bat, right, he just counter rushes tight BFBs, wins the game outright. But you need money to do that, right? And if Jake falls too, like, if he doesn't get good enough greed here in this early game, well, he's not going to be able to do that. He's not going to be able to win the game on pure RBE. Now he's going to get sent some Zebras, kind of to test his defense. I think Ninjayas is maybe looking for ETN3 to come out. You see those Zebras racing their way to the exit. And again,
Yeah,
Jake
ETN3
only playing
does
on
come
61 lives. Yeah, there you go. ETN3 coming out.
You wanted to see him maybe like get a frag bomb on blast there and be able to save ETN3 for like around 11. But they're tight on farms now, and they're coming in here. I don't expect Ninjayas to pressure the cluster bomb here, even though ETN3 is down.
Yeah, I don't expect Ninjayas to pressure on round 12, just because the ace is up. I think you'd have to sell a farm with Mir if he wanted to pressure with camos. Actually, he's floating quite a bit of cash. Jake's gonna test him with the camo purples, and ETN3 coming out on his side to defend those camo purples. Again, you don't want to spend 24 right now on round 12. Now on round 13, it's only about $600, and that pretty much ends the opportunity window for either of these players to do any camo rushes.
Yeah, so we're going to see it go a little bit later. They had their plants up. They're matching each other there, so they're going to have... I mean, they're going to have a decent amount of money, both of them, this game. I think this is... Oh! Jake's leaking to some, like, eco right now. He needs to get that bomb cross-path.
Yeah, he needs to cross-path the bomb right here.
He's greeting too much.
Really needs to cross-path the bomb. I've been scared about that. Oh, man.
Yeah,
Still
he hasn't fully
leaking a little
cross-path
bit.
now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with Mir, I think on round 16, I mean... I don't know. Look at this. Check rush from Ninjayas to win the game, boost from Jake, and a farm cell.
Ooh, gets up the second cluster.
That's kind of brutal right there. Now I don't doubt Jake's ability to defend the rerush here with Mir, but that was kind of brutal. Having selling his farm right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that Ninjayas was sending that little bit of pressure, but I guess I shouldn't. I mean, it was good. He got a good amount of value out of it, but I don't know. I mean, I'm surprised that you would rush cluster like that. Cluster bomber raise, which I feel like is pretty good versus that type of pressure.
Look at this. Checks
Oh,
around.
oh.
Oh, this is gonna form a farm cell.
And yeah,
Oh,
and
triple
that
cluster
scares
from Jake.
Jake. Jake defends, but he you see that's
Somebody back is Jake. Sorry to interrupt with Mir. Big R-Rod headed Ninjayas' way. Can he get double jug up?
does he need double jug?
Ooh, this is gonna be a nice
need it.
defend from Ninjayas. Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't need it. Oh,
But now
and,
he's
and
faced with two
coming
Moabs.
from behind. This is an all out. This is it. This is the game. Oh no, he doesn't all out.
He doesn't all
He goes
out.
for he goes for a market. I thought he was cross-pathing that farm to go for an all-out here, but he was actually cross-pathing it to go for market.
Yeah, Jake just wanted to keep Ninjayas honest right there. And you see Ninjayas actually isn't playing with he doesn't have a lot of defense on his screen, and he's not floating a lot of cash. So, I mean, Jake knows this, right? Jake knows this. So I think it's kind of round 18. I just want to see how much cash either player is floating. Ninjayas is going to send an F Moab Jake's way, and surely Jake wants to do the same to Ninjayas. No, look at this. Jake is not going to send back to Ninjayas. He's going to get some defense on his screen, and he's going to match Ninjayas' boost to defend the F Moab that he got sent. Jake is going to go into round 19 without boost, and quite drained.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Ninjayas could maybe. I don't know.
He's just
going
gonna passive.
Out here. Yeah.
He's going to passive. Yeah, I'm
System
surprised.
going. I mean, that's the Ninjayas classic. It's just passive, but I wouldn't be too surprised.
2 F Moabs instantly boosted. Now 3 headed Ninjayas' way. I think
Oh, I
Ninjayas
was thinking
is
maybe
boost
an
on
all out here.
5 F Moabs.
Dude, this is
Huge
gonna
play
work.
from
This
Jake to
might
win
work.
the game. Super Monkey Fan Club, can Ninjayas
Oh,
defend?
the micro.
5, 6, Dark Monkey 7, 8 on screen to defend, and he does defend. Ninjayas does defend. What a play from Ninjayas. That's an incredible sequence. Now trying to get the farm up before round 20. No, he's actually buying a bunch of jugs up. Gets a farm up, but it's a little too late. More rushing headed Ninjayas' way. It's a BFB.
He's going for
And
another
2
fan club.
F Moabs. Super Monkey Fan Club needs to come out again for him to have a chance. Ninjayas playing with very little defense on his screen apart from that Super Monkey Fan Club. Jake also playing with fairly
He's
little
not
defense on his
pressuring
screen.
Jake at all. not sending Jake anything. He's just defending, and he's getting drained. But I think
he's
he's
able
fine.
to defend though. 'Cause look at this, look
and
at
now
this.
he has level 10.
Yeah, ETN 10 coming out should be able to defend the FBFE just fine. And now an F Moab headed Jake's way. He's in trouble. He needs to kill before that gets to the exit.
Sending
Jake
leads accidentally. I think he didn't mean to send leads like that. I think he thought it was around 23, but it's only around 22.
That's a big mistake. Huge misplay right there. And now this FBFB and this F Moab putting Jake in a really bad situation. 2 F Moabs, more rainbows underneath as well. Those are natural rainbows that are starting to get in the way of Jake's defense. Jake trying to build up all the cash that he needs in order to defend this.
Giants doesn't want to deal
impact.
with these leads too. He's trying to send as much
Round
as he
23
can.
is coming up. Oh, this is going to be close. Tight leads from Jake to try and win the game, but Jake is going to die before he can win. Ninjayas takes game 5 and the tournament in an absolute, just insane sequence of events.
He's just too goated. I don't know what to say. This is the reason a lot of people call him the GOAT. Clutched up. You know, it was a lot closer than a lot of people would have expected. You know, 3-2. That's pretty close set. Pretty good set. I mean, really solid showing by Jake this tournament and even this set. I think this was Jake's most impressive set, even though he ended up losing it. I mean, going 3-2 to Ninjayas is not something that a lot of people would be able to do.
Woo. I tell you what, with me, one of the biggest things that surprised me about this tournament is that we saw a lot of rushing. That was insane. That was action packed. It was hard to keep up with the action sometimes. Great matches.
Yeah, nothing really going like round 30-ish. Nothing going too late. A lot of 11, 12, 13 rushes. So, I don't know. Maybe ETN. If ETN ends up being meta and that's what ends up happening, I think that's pretty healthy. So it's good to see.
This was definitely really exciting sequence of matches. Just great play. I'm really impressed with how Ninjayas was able to handle the defense right there. She's really showing off what Super Monkey Fan Club can do with some good micro. That round 19 rush, with Mir, when Jake went for that round 19 rush, he was going for the kill. He smelt blood. Saw a chance to win it outright right there. Was not able to win it. Maybe against a 5 elo bot, he wins that matchup. But that's Ninjayas that you're up against, and he's got really good game sense, really good reaction time. Probably one of the fastest amongst all the former top 10 players in this game, and just a really good player. So.
Yeah, solid showing. Glad everybody came out. Congratulations to everyone who participated and placed in the tournament, and appreciate the opportunity to commentate another one with you, Red Laser, and have this run by Emil playing. He does a great job. It's pretty easy. We just get to sit watching his screen, and he does all the work putting these together. So
yeah, huge shout out to Emil playing. This was always fun calling the shots on these.
All right, well, I'm going to take off. I'm not going to ramble too much longer. I'll see you all later, and have a good night.
Sounds good.
And
see you with me.
Congratulations to Mr. Ninjayas with yet another tournament win.
I'll be out of here as well. Thank you, everybody, for hopping in the Twitch chat. Thank you, Emil Playing, for hosting. I will see you all probably next week. So I've been here most weeks. So, all right, I'm out of here.
Right.